Mish.org. Text BREAD to 24365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE and help keep the bed and bread trucks rolling. Now with more, here's Frank Beckmann.
And welcome in, everybody, to the 34th annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. Here at WJR, this tradition that was started 34 years ago by the one and only Dick Burton is it's become a part of our fiber, of our being here at WJR. And we love this special day when we can help out those who are most needy in our community. And yes, people make mistakes in their lives, and they learn from that. And that's where the Salvation Army comes in. It gives people a way to redeem their own self-worth and to become really solid members of our community. They need a little hand up at one time, and that little hand up inspires them to go on and do some great things for other people in the community too. So keep that in mind. Happy to be with you today. Happy to have you with us. We have the most generous audience in all of radio, and we'll be reminding you of that phone number of 833-SAL-HOPE. You can go online to salmich.org, SALMICH.org, or you can text the keyword BREAD to 24365 to make your donations. Every donation is much appreciated. So is the presence of my co-host on this program this morning. It's such a great honor and pleasure to have with us a man who has withstood all of the vagaries of trying to go through StreamYard and get our mobile devices set up through our laptops and the like, Steve Courtney, who's on the other end of the line as well. Right, Chumley? How are you? Well, like I said, we've been having some issues. I was kidding Steve earlier as we were trying to get this set up, and we had some issues on his end. I was kidding him, and I said, this is sort of reminds me of a meeting of the Detroit Lions offensive coaches getting ready for a game. And so we had some issues. We'll just put it that way, but we'll get them all sorted out. And we thank you so very, very much for being a part of the Salvation Army Radiothon. We kick things off with a tote board reading that's just off the charts. And congrats to Paul and what he did this morning in getting things going. We're at $424,974 right now. That's how much you have donated, my friends. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all of that, and hope that those of you who are just joining us will be able to do the same, and we can keep building on that number. This hour, by the way, is a matching hour. There's a gentleman named James. That's all we'll use to identify him. And he is donating $50,000. He was an annual donor to the Radiothon, and he left provisions for a very special gift for the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And his simple desire was this, okay? He said, I want to give $50,000 to help the Salvation Army. And it's really very simple, because I want to feed hungry people. That's what he said. And that's what he does. And that's what the Salvation Army does with the bed and bread trucks that go out every day to feed people who are most needy in our communities. And all of us on the air that you've heard have been on those bed and bread trucks and distributed the food and the beverages and some winter clothing, some garments, things like scarves and earmuffs and gloves, things like that. And you have moms come out of these homes that are they're beat up, quite frankly, and they bring little children out with them out to the bed and bread truck to get that little bit of hot chocolate and something to eat. And it's so uplifting to see the smiles on their faces. And I'll never forget the one time I was on one of the Salvation Army trucks, and a lady came out in one of those situations, had her little daughter with her, and she was going back in. We had given them foodstuffs and a few other things, gloves and the like. And she said, I've got two little boys at home, 4 and 2 years old. Would it be okay if I took them a pair of those gloves as well? And it was just so touching, and it was just so wonderful. But that's what the Salvation Army does, and it helps those kinds of people and makes sure that they're helped out in their most trying hours of need, and it inspires them as well. That's the other key thing here, is what the Salvation Army does to help people inspires them to go out and not only improve their lot in life, but also to pay it forward and to go help others. And it's just so really, really touching. Steve Courtney is with us on the line at one spot here on our broadcast, and we're happy to have him along as well because what we're doing today, what you are doing today, is you're helping to provide some 111,000 nights of shelter this year for people in need in our community, and that is just phenomenal to have you doing what you do for us. I want to make sure that we get our other special guests involved as well. We'll be going along with what Paul started this morning and trying to raise this money. And let me just give you the number again one more time: 833. Sal Hope, 833 SALHOPE. You can text the keyword bread to 24365 and online salmish.org as well. So there are many ways to give, and we thank you for whichever way you choose and are able to help us out. The Salvation Army is just one of the great additions to our community, and has been for years and years and years now. The Harbor Lights Mission. If you ever get a chance to go visit the Harbor Lights Mission, I urge you to do so because it's just so uplifting. All right, let's welcome in a special of our guest. Major Tim is here from the Salvation Army. Major Tim, how are you, sir? Great to see you.
Hello, Frank. I'm doing great. Good to see you too, and Steve as well there.
You betcha. And is that Jim Vella I see over there?
That is. I'm still here, and they're not going to let me go home, Frank. They told me till we get to 1.6. So that number you got up there, we got to double it or get close to doubling it during the year shift. So we got some work to do, my friend. It's good to see you, as always.
Well, it's good to see you as well, and thank you for what you continue to do for the Salvation Army, and it really is uplifting, isn't it? I mean, for people who have never been on that bed and bread truck, I really encourage them to get involved. I don't know whether you allow, Major Tim, people to just come down to the Salvation Army and volunteer to go on the trucks with you, but I really wish everybody could do that one time.
Well, once we get through the pandemic, get on the other side of that, we'll again be opening it up for volunteers. We still have a few trusted folks who have continued with us through the pandemic to go out on those trucks, but we really have to be so careful so that we're not doing any harm as we're meeting this tremendous need in the community.
Oh, absolutely. And it's got to be very, very difficult. You know, people are fearful about their own health, too. They have a right to be, and they're looking out for themselves. So you want to keep the people who are on the trucks healthy, and all those people on the ground who are helped out each and every day by the Salvation Army and the bed and bread trucks. You want to make sure that they stay healthy as well. You don't want to be any part of spreading this.
Yes. In fact, at the outset of the pandemic, we had to make some modifications to our trucks to ensure that we were having as contact-free delivery as possible, both to protect those who were inside the truck and those who were receiving the food from us.
All right. I mentioned the phone number of 833-SAL-HOPE. You can go online, salmish.org, or text the keyword bread to 24365. Let's talk a little bit, fellows, about what these gifts mean that people are able to donate to the Salvation Army and how they help people. Let's put, Major Tim, if we might put a few numbers on it, on how many people are helped by specific donations. I know the popular giving level, I'm told, is $240, and anybody who does that is also going to receive who took my blanket? Doggone it. This beautiful, beautiful blanket this year. Mm-hmm. It's embroidered, limited edition Bed and Bread Club Radiothon blanket, and it's in black, and it's 50 by 60 inches. It's huge, and it's going to help everybody. Yeah, hold it up. And then, hold up the edge of it, if you would there, Major, because this is called, I looked this up. I really did. A trip whip stitch around the outside. Mm-hmm. And what it does, it keeps it from fraying. It's beautiful. This is high-end stuff, folks. There you go. $240 is the giving level amount. Let me give the numbers again. 833-SAL-HOPE. Go to salmish.org or text the keyword bread to 24365. We'll come right back. Let us take a quick break. We'll welcome in Steve Courtney as well. I think we've got his technical problems straightened out. We'll do all of that for you here on the Frank Beckmann Show Special Edition, Bed and Bread Club Radiothon style, 34th annual. Jim Vella's with us along with Major Tim. We'll be back in a moment.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in
Hey, nice job, Jim. Major, good morning to you. Frank, hey. So I just got word that the text number is down right now. And the folks at Salvation Army are aware, and they're doing everything they can to get that back up as quick as possible. So the number remains the same, Frank, and I want to make sure you have it. And obviously you do. 833 Sal Hope. That's the number. The text number is down at the moment, but they are working on it. So the number 833 Sal Hope. That's what we want to hit here. And also coming up here, we got Herman Moore coming up in just a second, but we do have a $50,000 match that they want to get out there as well. And they have a check presentation here too.
All right. And Jim's going to do that.
Well, I don't know. You could also do that.
Well, I don't have enough info on it. So
okay.
Jim, unfortunately, cannot hear you unless you're live on the air. So to communicate with them, you need to talk in the chat.
Okay. Andrea says Tim will do it. So Tim will do it. Okay. Thanks, Andrea. Appreciate it. So we'll have Major Tim announce the $50,000 match. So if you want to just throw it to him, Frank, when we get back.
Okay.
All right.
Never takes a day off.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, we send out a full turkey meal, and it's all done from scratch, and it's all done by volunteers.
Chef Michael says he doesn't look back on his fancy days fixing top dollar dishes for discriminating palates. Now he says he feeds bodies and souls.
We're trying our hardest to do the most good for the most people, and with whatever donations we get.
Text BREAD to 24365. Visit salmish.org or call 833-SAL-HOPE and join the club that's here for good, the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club.
Twin Spires Online Sportsbook is live in Michigan, and they're coming out of the starting gates with their best offer yet, with up to $1,000 in risk-free bets. They're backed by the same team as the Kentucky Derby. Twin Spires brings over 140 years of excitement and wagering experience. Just download the Twin Spires app using promo code FREE1000 to get started.
Chris, is Steve there, or what's
TwinSpires.com. You got to be 21 and over and present in.
Steve is not with us at the moment. He's still working with Ray, so we'll put in the chat when he's connected.
Okay, beautiful.
At Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi friends, Bill Golling here, and with nearly 3,000 new vehicles to choose from, I'm sure we have something that's just perfect for you. For example, qualified Chrysler employees can lease a 2021 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for just $229 a month. Leases for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year with $1,000 down. At Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at golling.com.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. Call the Michigan COVID-19 hotline at 1-888-535-6136 and press 8 to talk with a Stay Well counselor. It's free and confidential.
Hey,
Learn more.
Frank, real quick.
Yeah.
So coming up here, we got Herman Moore coming up, but Major Tim will he'll talk about the match, and then we'll do the check presentation before we get to Herman. Okay.
Check presentation.
We have a check presentation here. Also, the text number is back up and working, FYI. Okay.
Okay.
Network and first-class benefits like Microsoft 365 on us. It's better for business and only with T-Mobile for Business. Limited time offer. Stop in store for details. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Virtual Express MasterCard within 8 weeks of receipt of valid submission. Complete port within 60 days. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices, coverage, and plan details.
Ever wonder what makes Omaha Steaks so good? Order today and find out at omahasteaks.com. Enter quality into the search bar for the Butcher's Best Sellers package at an exclusive price and save over 50%. 29 items from the fork tender butcher's cut filet mignons to savory pork chops and more. Plus, order today and receive 4 chicken breasts and 4 extra burgers for free. Go to omahasteaks.com, type quality in the search bar, and order the Butcher's Best Seller Pack today.
Live from downtown Detroit, this is the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on 760 WJR. We need your help to continue to shelter over 130,000 Metro Detroiters every single year. Call 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673 to make your donation now. Once again, here's Frank.
Thank you so much for being with us on the 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on WJR to benefit the Salvation Army. Thanks so much to the Ford Motor Company Fund for being a part of this as well. One of the men that you see on your screen, if you're tuned in on StreamYard right now, is Jim Vella, who has worked at Ford as the president of the Ford Motor Company Fund, and also he's so involved with philanthropic activities through the Vella Strategic Philanthropy Group as well. And joining Jim on our stage this morning from the Salvation Army, Major Timothy Meyer, the General Secretary of the Metro Detroit area. He's the commander here. The Eastern Michigan Division thanks him for all that he does for the Salvation Army. And I'll tell you what, Major, we kick this off, and Jim, this hour as we get going on the show, we hear that we have a listener out there, a very generous one, who wants to make a donation of $50,000, but he wants to stay anonymous. He'll only be known as James to us, and we just can't thank him enough.
And he left provisions for a special gift for the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Radiothon. His simple desire was for us to feed hungry people. And so at this time, we are so pleased that we're utilizing his gift as a matching gift. So again, your gift of $10 becomes $20. Your gift of $120 becomes $240. And we are so appreciative of James for his enduring legacy to help us feed hungry people.
Well, indeed, and a very, very special gift is going to be made available to all of you who are able to donate $240 or more. Gentlemen, I'll unveil mine a little later on, but these special blankets that we have this year for some of our givers is really going to be first of all, it's going to be a godsend to people in the community who are helped out with these that are donated by the Salvation Army to help them out. And for those who give and make them available to others, we have them available for you as well. So thank you for all you're doing. And you can see right there, Jim Vella's got his blanket out right there somewhere, I believe. Here we go. There it is.
This is what I'm getting paid for today here. Is this great blanket. And the smiles on all the faces of the people that I've seen on the Bed and Bread truck. You know, sometimes that's their only social contact for the day is that person that they see on the truck. It might be their only meal for the day. So it's really a life-saving experience that we're able to give folks. So every donation, while we say $240, don't think about the money as much as you think about the food, that's right, the smiles, the friendship, the companionship. It's really a lifeline. And during COVID, it's been such a tough time for so many people who really are looking for a life raft to come by into the neighborhood. That's how they view the Bed and Bread truck. It's kind of like a life raft that comes down the street every day and passes out things that they need to survive and sustain their lives. Yeah, so, when we all work together, Frank, this better than anybody, make miracles happen. And we've been doing it here with under Dick Burton's leadership and with the help of people like you and Steve and the whole WJR team. So we're all going to chip in today and get to that 1.6 million mark. It's a match. You can go online. You can call 833-SAL-HOPE. The text number is, if you had a problem earlier with your text, it's back up and working. So give us another shot. We apologize for that, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, you text the word bread to 24365. Hey, on the line with us, a very, very special member of our community, and he's all Detroiter now. He went to college at Virginia, was the #1 pick of the Lions back in the late 70s, and he's just one of the great people that I've met along the years and have had the pleasure of saying, you know what, I consider him a friend of mine. And he wore number 84, but his involvement in the community and with all sorts of causes has really made him a champion here in Detroit, even while the Lions couldn't get to the Super Bowl. And that is number 84, Herman Moore, who's on the line with us, I understand, this morning. Herman, how are you, my friend? It's been too long.
It has, Frank. It's an absolute pleasure to speak with you as always. And I've enjoyed my opportunity to be here and serve the Detroiters and the state of Michigan and all the communities that I've been just a pleasure to seek and go through and touch, and those that have supported not only just me as a professional football player, but as a professional person and a personal person in their community. So it's been great, and getting to know you, of course, has been wonderful. Salvation Army, a wonderful organization, and I'm pleased to really be on the air this morning to lend my support and also encourage those to help out those that are in need.
You know, Herman, the way you explain that is, I think, so perfect, and maybe it helps people understand that when athletes come to town and they're highly touted, as you were coming out of Virginia, #1 pick and all of that, but you become a member of the community. It becomes your home. It's not just, hey, I work there. It's, I live there. I want to relate to the people, and that's what you've always done.
It's something that I think should be mandatory. It should be something that should not require any effort on behalf of us as players and professional people, or those that just care. If you're a champion for your community, be a champion for it. If you're a person who cares about other people, do that every day as much as you can. That was whatever's within your means, and that's what I've tried to do. I haven't always come from a place of financial wealth or anything like that, but I've always figured that your goodwill and your ability to support others, we all have that within us, absent money. So that's what, again, even this morning, jumping on and with the Radiothon, is to be able to encourage people that you can do your part, and it doesn't take much. It just takes effort.
Herman Moore, the second all-time leading receiver of the Detroit Lions. And I hope Herman can stay with us a few more minutes, because we want to hear more of his story and also yours as we continue to remind you we're raising money for the Salvation Army, and the text number is 24365. You text the word bread, or you can call 833-SAL-HOPE or go to salmish.org. Let us take a quick break to check WJR's traffic and weather right now with Dana Clark.
275 northbound between Huron Road and Ann Arbor Road. Slow-moving maintenance vehicle has that left lane closed until 11:30 this morning. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Window World. Call Window World at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW. For your window, door, or siding project, get 0% financing for 60 months. Window World is America's largest exterior replacement remodeler and a trusted team partner of WJR.
All right. Nice job, Frank. So I wanted just to direct you here to our private chat here on the right side of the screen. Are you seeing that?
Yes, I see it now.
Okay, so you see the message here from Andrea. I just wanted to give you, make sure you saw that as well.
Yeah, just got it.
Yep. Okay. So I don't know if Herman Moore is going to be able to stay on the line. I know we've got coming up. Yeah. We have Alicia Smith, one of the morning anchors at WXYZ Channel 7. Coming up in just a moment. And yeah, that $50,000 match is still ongoing for the rest of this hour. So hit hard.
I will. I'm just trying to find Alicia's info here.
Okay. The other thing is we continue to have difficulties with Steve here on StreamYard. So we do have him there. He's going to be on Access, and he is live with you. He just won't have any audio. You won't see him in the screen. So you can talk to him. He'll be there for you. All right.
Yeah, I won't hear him.
No, you won't see him. You will hear him.
Okay, that's fine.
And Andrea just said that we've got 28K left of the 50,000 matching hour. So we're doing good on that. That's good. So hit that on the way back. All right, I'll get out of your way here, Frank.
Okay, I'm just trying to find all of my copy that I need for this portion.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, they did their best to organize it, but there's just so much.
But then you got your hands a hold of it.
Yeah, right. Once I got it, it's all over.
Cool. 833 Sal Hope. That's the number. Or bread 24365. Text bread 24365. All right, I'll get out of your way here.
For a vote, Republicans continue to complain it's full of non-coronavirus spending. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more.
The $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan includes $160 billion in aid to fight the pandemic, expanded unemployment benefits, and $1,400 direct payments for millions of Americans. There's also money for state and local governments, something Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calls a blue state bailout.
There's no doubt states like Florida, who did it right, are going to come up with the short end of the stick against other states that did it wrong.
A provision raising the minimum wage to $15 is in the House bill, but it's effectively dead in the Senate, where the parliamentarian has ruled it cannot be included in the final bill. Rachel Sutherland, Fox News.
Scientists are now studying a new homegrown COVID-19 variant that has been identified and is circulating in the New York City area. Researchers at the California Institute of Technology and Columbia University publishing their separate findings this week ahead of a formal scientific peer review process. Looking back through database of COVID-19 genetic samples, researchers say they found traces of this new variant dating back to November. The second day of the 2021 Conservative Political Action Conference is underway in Orlando, Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis is the first speaker to address the group. He offered a tribute to his friend, talk show host Rush Limbaugh.
Rush displayed the courage of his convictions time and time again. Rush was one of the first to fight and win against cancel culture. Rush showed that fighting the left requires strength and that conservatism devoid of backbone is doomed to fail.
Former President Trump is expected to speak at CPAC on Sunday. Tiger Woods was moved to another Los Angeles hospital. He underwent surgery to his right leg after being badly injured in a car crash earlier in the week. Harbor UCLA Medical Center said Woods was transferred to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for continuing orthopedic care and recovery. According to one athlete, the death of John.
All right, so it looks like we're going to see Steve here, Frank. So you'll if you look up, you'll see him. You just won't. We won't be able to communicate with him on StreamYard. He'll only be live with you when we go live on air. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charges was the former owner of Michigan's famed Twist Stars Gymnastic Club. It was a place where Larry Nassar had admitted to sexually abusing young female athletes. Some of the female athletes there saying that Getter turned a blind eye to what was going on. The funding feud continues in Lansing. The Michigan Senate has approved a $2 billion COVID-19 relief plan that will provide the money for schools, testing, and vaccine distribution, but the measure also held off on allocating hundreds of millions more in federal funding. Governor Whitmer had proposed a $5.6 billion relief plan last month, with most of the amount coming from the federal government. WJR News Time 10:33, checking in on Wall Street this mid-morning. The Dow continues its downward trek here. The Dow is now down 436 points. The NASDAQ is down 75. For WJR News, I'm Marie Osborne. The 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon continues with Frank Beckmann and Steve Courtney in a moment.
The Lorenzo Cultural Center at Macomb Community College examines Michigan's rich heritage and unique food and beverages during its new virtual series, Deliciously Michigan, now through May 1st. Visit lorenzoculturalcenter.com.
You ask, what is respect?
Respect is watching our distance around others when we have to be out in the community.
You ask, what is respect?
It's wearing a mask everywhere we go to protect our people.
You ask, what is respect?
It's avoiding crowds, both indoors and outside.
You ask, what is respect?
Respect is when we all work together to do our part to help slow the spread of COVID-19. Vaccines are here, But until enough of us are vaccinated, we should continue to keep a distance of at least 6 feet around others. Always wear a mask wherever we go and avoid crowds and gatherings. Together, we can slow the spread of COVID-19.
Now that is respect.
Learn more about vaccines and what you can do to help slow the spread at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ed Wynn stopped by the Bed and Bread Club truck on Gratiot and Rochelle on his way to pick up his 3 kids from school. You got a favorite here on the Bed and Bread truck?
I like the soup, man. It's pretty cool today. I like it good. It's all right.
What else do you like?
They look out for the kids and stuff, so, I like how they do it in the community, and it's pretty great.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
So they got something for them too, right?
Yeah, they got them some nice, what they get them today? Some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. See, they look out for the kids, man. You can't go wrong with PB&J. Salvation Army do it, man.
They do it. Right now, we got people listening live to you and everybody that wants to donate. What do you tell them?
Hey, man, keep up the cause, man. Keep donating, man. The Salvation Army really do keep up the neighborhood and look out. Y'all have a great day, man.
Take care of the kids.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Text BREAD to 24365. Visit salmish.org or call 833-SAL-HOPE and join the club that's here for good, the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. $120 feeds 10 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Once again, here's Frank.
Along with my buddy Steve Courtney, and we're so proud to be a part of the Salvation Army Radiothon once again this year. Chumley, great to have you on the program with us. Really good to hear the voice of one of the great champions of our community, the Lions great Herman Moore.
No question about it, Q. Nice to be with you. Always so much fun doing work for the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And as far as Herman goes, we have been blessed in the great sports town of Detroit, Q, as you well know, to have athletes like Herman, and the list goes on, that once they get here, they automatically become a part of the community. And Herman has done that through his career and, of course, beyond.
Well, what I just love is they recognize how important their name is to causes like the Bed and Bread Club and the Salvation Army, and they lend themselves to it because they know it's a good cause. And, their involvement just speaks volumes about what the Salvation Army does, but it also has such a great impact on others who are willing to give, and they become inspirational, players like Herman Moore do along the way. And Major Tim, I know you appreciate that, and Jim Vella and Ford, you've been involved for so long, Jim, and we just can't thank you enough either. You're a champion as well. And if we had a number to give you, we'd give you number 85 right next to Herman Moore.
I don't know about that I could ever earn that number, but Herman was also the champion for our Christmas giving this year. And we would not have made the goal and the target without Herman. It's really heartwarming to see a guy give back. All the success he has. He's now a successful businessman. You hear so much about athletes today and their role in society. And he can make such a big impact as a role model for everyone else who is out there listening. If he's got time to stop and give today and give his time, I hope a lot of other people will take that to heart and join us by calling 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365, which is exactly what the Bed and Bread truck is. It's 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So it's real easy to remember. And Major Tim and I have both talked today about of the people who are recipients of the great work, and that's really what the money is going to.
True story. And Herman Moore, I can't thank you enough for continuing to be a great part of our community. You've done that, and it's just it speaks volumes. That's what happens to people who come here. Maybe you can explain it to me, but Detroit has a way of growing on people, doesn't it?
It does. It has a way to be. I think it's because we hear a lot about how the people in the community support one another. It's hardworking. I think sometimes on a national level, some of the media is taken out of context in terms of what takes place. But it is a wonderful place. The people I've come across are wonderful, and it doesn't mean that you give a blanket check mark to everything. There's always room for improvement. But what I've learned is that when there's a need for the people in Michigan and in the metro area, people come together and they recognize that and they realize the importance of that. And the other thing I love is the fact, the example that we set for youth that are watching, and they know that there's a part for them to do when they get older, not only as professional people, but as leaders in their community. So this is what I try and instill. I try and push that message forward anytime I come across people.
Well, thank you for doing that all these years you've been in Detroit, Herman. We thank you so very much. Continued success with Team 84 LLC, where you're principal and chief executive officer. And thank you for being a part of the Radiothon again this morning. Really appreciate you, my friend.
Thanks, Herman.
Hey, I appreciate that, Frank. One thing before I go, I wanted to say this to you, Frank, while we're on the air. Now, knowing that you're a big sports fan, the Salvation Army did ask me to call you as a congratulation as you're being an ambassador for Detroit over the airways, and the fact that you've done this for nearly 5 decades. There's a special present that's at your home. It's in a mystery box, and it's going to be in honor of your retirement. And the whole caveat here is, though, you don't get to open it until Lieutenant Colonel is back on the air with you at 1:05. So you be a good guy and not make any calls or try and figure out what's going on there. But we just wanted to make sure we gave you that and honored you for all the work and being the voice of Detroit for so long.
Well, that is so kind of you. And
nice.
I just, I'm blown away. I have goosebumps, Herman. I really do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, Herman. Take care, my friend. Herman Moore helping out the Salvation Army again this year, as he has so often in the past. And I'll tell you what, we're well on our way to meeting our match this hour. We're at a total of $424,974 in our Bed and Bread Club Radiothon so far for today, and we want to get that figure up over $500,000 by the top of the hour, don't we, gentlemen? Wouldn't that be a good, nice goal?
That would be very nice.
We will get there.
I'm sure we will, because we have such a generous audience out there listening to us that wants to see this community continue to improve. And we're going to have some interesting stories about some of the people who have been helped as well by the Salvation Army. But right now, let me introduce you to a very special anchor of Channel 7's Action News this morning. And she's become a special member of our community because she looks for causes like the Salvation Army to help out. Alicia Smith on the other end of the line as well. Alicia, good morning. Great to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I've been enjoying listening here the last, I got off the set around 9 o'clock or so, and you just have such a wonderful team there. And we are so proud here at WXYZ and WMYD to reach out and be a part of this effort. Every single year we were promoting it on air this morning. Beautiful. And we had Major Tim Meyer on live with us just yesterday talking about it. So this is certainly a cause we're super proud to be a part of each and every single year.
Alicia, what do you think it is about Detroit that when people come here, and no matter what their station in life, whether it's as a Herman Moore or someone else in a much less publicized position, but they embrace the community and they get involved in helping out the community? I don't know of, I'm not trying to put down any other cities, don't get me wrong, but I just feel there's something special about we here in the Detroit area and how we try to help those who are most in need.
I think it's so true. You hit the nail on the head. There's something about Detroit. It's the grit. It's the resilience. Don't mess with Detroit. Detroit versus everybody, if you will. I mean, we're gonna reach out and help those who have had a tough time. We're gonna stick together. Anytime I've been involved with the fundraiser here in Metro Detroit, it has always been so heartwarming to see how generous people are here. Not just in Metro Detroit, but across Michigan. I used to work in Kalamazoo many years ago, and it is absolutely a Michigander thing. People are so very giving. And I have to tell you, here at Channel 7 this past year, we've been doing an effort called the Rebound Detroit, where we've been trying to report on stories to help people deal with unemployment, to help them manage stress, to make ends meet. I did a story just this morning to help job seekers who've been looking for work during this pandemic. And I asked people to share their stories, and so many people flooded my social media pages just to share like what they've been going through over the last year. From college students to restaurant workers, you name it. A 63-year-old man who lost his job in June, a job he'd had for 40 years. He sent out 80 resumes through December, and he finally found a job a week or so ago.
Beautiful.
And when I read these stories, I was thinking to myself, think about all of those who are still unemployed or underemployed. At the height of the stay-at-home order, the unemployment rate in Michigan was at 24%. We somewhat hit a new normal in July when it dropped just under 9%, but the latest data in December shows that we are still far from pre-pandemic levels. So there are a lot of folks out there who are dealing with unemployment who never had to or haven't, in many, many years. And so when you think about that, you think about homelessness and also food insecurity. Michigan's Food Insecurity Council says 1.3 million Michiganders faced food insecurity before the pandemic. That number is now about 1.9 million. And what the Salvation Army does is help those people every single day of the year.
And Alicia, thank you for helping them. We really appreciate it. Thanks for coming out with us this morning. Alicia Smith from WXYZ, Channel 7 Action News, one of the many people in our community who just feels it in their hearts to help out the Salvation Army. And we've got some stories that you will not believe about people who have been assisted by the Army along the way. And we'll continue to tell you those stories. Right now, we want to check WJR's traffic and weather first. And here's Dana Clark.
This report is sponsored by Merrill. With Merrill Guided Investing, you have the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Get started at merrilledge.com/investing goals. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor. Member SIPC.
Still X.
All right, very good. We're rolling here. Hey, Frank, when I hold up my notes, can you see them?
Oh,
below?
Hardly at all. No.
Do you see me down below here? Below the video?
You're on the right. You're on the right. You're not on the below.
Yeah. So you can't see me. You can't see me down here below. So when I hold up these notes, you don't see them.
I can't see that. No.
Okay.
I see yellow, but that's it. I don't see any printing.
Okay. All right.
Frank, do you have the chat open? Can you see the chat?
The private chat on the right side.
Yeah, I got that open. Right.
Oh, good. You have to watch that because Chris is going to tell you there's a whole lot of frantic last second stuff that's going on that you should be aware of. So peek at that every once in a while. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
This is Maria Monti, tax partner for Metro Detroit accounting firm Schindel Rock, with our weekly tax tip for business owners. As your business weathers economic uncertainty, a good CPA can help you look for growth and cash flow opportunities. But a great CPA will chart a navigable path by capturing tax credits your business may be eligible for, like sick pay and medical leave credits. Schindel Rock specializes in these and other complex tax questions for Metro Detroit businesses. Learn more at schindelrock.com.
Now WJR Health Watch. Here's Dick Hafner.
Well, that didn't hurt at all. Thank
you.
Yay! I get my first COVID-19 shot.
You're going to go into observation area 1. While you're in there, find anyone with a computer. They'll get your second one scheduled, and they'll write the appointment date on the back of that card.
Okay, very good. It was a simple process.
And any symptoms today?
No. I'm in the over 65 crowd.
Hey, Frank, just another message here from Andrea. So she's going to get us a tote board total by about 10:55. So keep an eye on that private chat. That's where we'll put it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Want the vaccination than what we have appointments for right now. Certainly, we hope that in Michigan and across the nation, we get to a point where everybody who wants it gets it. That's just not where we're at right now.
The line moves quickly. Patients are given the standard questions about travel or symptoms. A temperature check, you're whisked away to one of 50 shot stations, and then a waiting room.
Just have a seat for 15 minutes. When that 15 minutes is up, you can exit out by the TV screen at the end of the room.
A lot of workflows, but we really really tried to process engineer every single piece so that we could serve as many people as possible.
What is your message to the people who are not on the current priority list?
The message is to be patient with all of us, and it's coming.
We all walk out of there feeling that we are among the fortunate. I'm Dick Hafner for WJR Health Watch.
Paid for by Lose Debts. Attention, this is a very important message to anyone with debt exceeding $10,000. With the worldwide stock markets free-falling, coronavirus being labeled a global pandemic, cities and whole countries in quarantine, and layoffs picking up speed, the last thing you need to worry about is your credit card bills. Due to the recent global events, a special debt relief helpline has been created for anyone with over $10,000 in debt, but you must call us at 800-805-7728. As banks shore up capital bracing for a recession, they are willing to settle your debt for a fraction of what you owe, making it a perfect time to eliminate your debt and save your money during these tough economic times. There are no upfront fees, and we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. But you must call us at 800-805-7728. This opportunity won't last long, so call us today at 800-805-7728. You have enough to worry about. Settle your debt and remove that unneeded stress. 800-805-7728. That's 800-805-7728.
Welcome back to the 34th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. Call 833-SAL-HOPE now to make your donation, or visit salmish.org and be one of the people to keep Sal Army's bed and bread trucks traveling 180 miles every single day to serve meals to Metro Detroit's most depressed areas. Now, once again, here's Frank.
Along with my buddy Steve Courtney, happy to have you with us on our Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, the 34th edition this year, started by Dick Burton those many years ago, and a tradition that we've been proud to follow in his footsteps and help out the Salvation Army and all that they do in our community to help out the people who are most in need, people who fall upon really hard times. And they do some great things. And what do your donations mean? Well, they mean all that food stuff that we've been talking about, we'll continue to talk about, but also you can feed 5 people. Think about this now. For $120, you'll feed 5 people for nearly a month. And the most popular giving level is $240. That's going to feed 10 people for a month. How about that? It's just unbelievable, the help that is given by simple gifts that we make available to the most needy in our community here as Metro Detroiters. And I want to thank some very special people. Mary from Fenton donated $500. Lori and Michael from Troy donated $500. Timothy from Livonia, $240. Thank you all so very much.
Way to go.
Oh, you betcha. And tell me, you know what it's like. You've been through these before. I mean, 5, 10, 15. You don't have to give $500 if that doesn't fit your budget, but any way you can helps out people in the community.
You know, Q, and the different thing about doing this, the 34th Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, quite frankly, obviously, we're in the midst of this stupid pandemic. And I've said for years, there is a fine line between donating and needing. And I don't think that point has been brought out any more than it has during this COVID-19 deal. And whatever you have spare, folks, no matter how big, how small, it certainly helps out. And because those in need, that never goes away. Hopefully this pandemic will, sooner rather than later. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's not going to win. 833-SAL-HOPE is our phone number. We thank you. 833-SAL-HOPE, or you can text the word bread to 24365. There were a couple of issues on that line a little earlier, but they've been cleared up now, we're told. And so we've been able to keep those donations coming in. And they include Bullseye Telecom Call Center, which has been tracking them all for us. And you look at it, Mary from Fenton, $500, Lori and Michael from Troy, $500, Timothy Livonia, $240. I just can't mention these great people enough is all I can say. And Steve, it's great to be sitting, virtually by you and at a part
Always
of this.
A pleasure, Francis, and it's just been brought to my attention to get to our goal of 500,000. We've got some work to do. So, folks, get on that Bullseye Telecom phone bank right now, 833-SAL-HOPE, or simply text BREAD to 24365. You can also visit salmish.org. And let's get to that goal here. Time is running out for this hour, Francis.
You betcha. Let's just keep pushing it. Again, the number 833-SAL-HOPE, or text the keyword BREAD to 24365. From the Macomb Daily, local news editor Jeff Payne is on our line as well and helping out the Salvation Army and the Radiothon this year. And Jeff, we can't thank you enough for coming on with us. Good morning.
Absolutely. And Steve and Frank, I'd like to thank both of you for having me on. And, just a wonderful thing that the radio station and the Ford Fund do every year. It's just fantastic. So thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, you just you can't mention the Ford Fund enough either. I'll tell you what, they're just such wonderful partners in this, and have been such great friends of this community for so very, very long. And we thank them on behalf of the Salvation Army.
Yeah. So at the Macomb Daily, we've had a great working relationship with the Salvation Army over the years, and in promoting the Radiothon, we actually told the story of a gentleman, 51 years old, out of East Point, who was part of an industrial accident that pretty much just ruined his life, left him out of work, left him with some major injuries. And had it not been for the folks at the Salvation Army MATS program over in Warren, this who knows what would have happened to this gentleman. But they were able to help him get his life back in order, and it's had kind of a happy ending in spite of the pandemic and his personal struggles and everything else. And it just exemplifies the fantastic work that they do here in Macomb County and throughout the state.
Hey, by the way, we just got some great news that we've hit our number, and we have met the match total at $526,374. So we had an offer from one generous listener, Steve, to donate $50,000 if we could hit that number, and we've done it. And it just adds to the assistance that we can give to people in the community. People like Letitia. I love these stories that you get to hear about people who've been helped by the Salvation Army, because it brings it home that sometimes things get out of our control in life. Letitia was a single mother. She's working 2 jobs. She's a nursing assistant, just trying to scrape by, right? And then one day, after she works another one of those 12-hour night shifts for a 10th straight day, she's making dinner, and she finds herself so sleep deprived that she's got to lay down. She wakes up because her apartment was on fire. That's right. She lost her apartment. Everybody was okay, but she lost all of her possessions, had no support system in place. Her family's facing homelessness, but it all soon changed because she and her daughters got a clean, safe place to stay with the Salvation Army at the Harbor Lights mission. And her life literally turned around at that point, thanks to the Salvation Army. It's stories like that I hope will inspire all of you out there to give from the bottom of your heart, because they're real people who run into real problems that in many cases are not their fault. It's simply the happenstance.
Well, wouldn't it be great, Q, if every day just went according to plan and it was just the way you wanted it each and every day? But as we know, life is an adventure, and from time to time things go horribly awry. And when they do, it's a great feeling knowing that our friends from the Salvation Army are there to help.
Yeah, and our community's there to help. I can't thank our friends enough for their donations. We have hit the $526,000 level on our tote board. We've matched the number that we needed to get that $50,000 donation. We haven't done it. You've done it out there. Thank you so very much. Text the keyword BREAD to 24365. Call 833-SAL-HOPE. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a lot more on our 34th annual Radiothon. Right now, traffic and weather's first, and here's Dana.
This report is sponsored by Merrill. With Merrill Guided Investing, you have the option to work with an...
All right. Well done. Very good. Good job, folks. Well done. All right.
I just want you to know this may be the hardest thing I've ever had to do in all my years working at JR.
Really? Yeah, there's a lot going on. there's no doubt about it. Great job. That's good. That's big stuff. 833 Sal Hope, text bread to 24365. That's how we're going to do it. You're doing it,
Yep.
Frank.
All right, we're doing our best. Chumley, thank you. You just jump in. You keep doing what you're doing, man. Whenever you feel like jumping in, you go, okay?
Yeah, I'll let him know. I don't think he can hear us because he's on a different system, but I'll let him know. Okay,
right, I'll be right back.
Hey, Frank, real quick, coming up in the 11 o'clock hour from 11 to 12, we've got the Pat Moran Chevrolet match. It's a $34,000 match.
Right.
And I believe Pat Moran's going to be on with us at 11:05. So he'll announce it.
I haven't talked to Patty in a long time either.
Cool. All right. Very good. That sounds
man.
good. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
That's just one of the reasons why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook app. They've got a secure and simple to use app. They offer live betting on every game. They have exhilarating different types of bets like same game parlays where you combine multiple bets from one game into a single parlay bet. You're going to love FanDuel. Easy to use, fast withdrawals. I use it all the time, and I hope you will too. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Be sure to sign up with a promo code FRANK so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code FRANK.
21 and over and present in Michigan. First online real money wager only. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning. 2020 was a challenging year, but things are looking up, including the stock market's performance. But will it last? Hi, I'm Ken Moraif, Senior Advisor at Retirement Planners of America. If you are 50 or older, call us today to schedule a free consultation to learn more about our Invest and Protect strategy that is designed to help mitigate the risk of the stock market. Call us today at 800-375-1159 to schedule your free assessment. That's 800-375-1159.
WJR Detroit and WDVD HD2 Detroit. 760 WJR, where Detroit comes to talk.
Continuing the easing of coronavirus restrictions.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine calls it a start. His announcement Thursday that
sports and entertainment events will be able to reopen with a 25% maximum indoor capacity and 30% maximum outdoor capacity, provided they follow established protocols.
Like mandatory masks and social distancing, with a plan to continue easing back restrictions in Ohio as the state approaches herd immunity, the point at which coronavirus can no longer be widespread. New guidance for proms and graduation, Ohio County fairs and parades also expected in the coming days and weeks. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Another weapon in the fight against COVID-19, an FDA advisory committee set to meet today to review the new COVID-19 vaccine from Johnson & Johnson. Here's Tanya J. Powers.
The Food and Drug Administration's independent advisory committee will review the Johnson & Johnson data on its COVID-19 vaccine, then vote on whether or not it will recommend it for emergency use. FDA studies show that the vaccine gives strong protection against severe cases of the coronavirus and may help prevent transmission of it. If the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine is okayed by the committee, then approved by the FDA, distribution of the shots could start within days. It would be the third COVID-19 vaccine approved for use in the U.S. and the only one to require just one dose. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Michigan adding 1,388 cases of the coronavirus, 48 deaths. Now, the governor is saying that they will be looking at easing some of the restrictions here in Michigan in the coming days as these rates continue to decline. The Capitol Police keeping its security posture high in response to intelligence that indicates some extremists who joined in the January 6th insurrection have discussed plans to attack the building during the State of the Union. The State of the Union has not been set yet. This information coming to light in a statement by the acting Capitol Police Chief. City of Detroit reporting that 23 Whole Foods employees tested positive for COVID-19. According to the Chief Public Health Officer, Denise Fair, the city's health department was informed of the positive cases at the store on Mack Avenue and offered rapid testing. A plant-based food company scores several big deals with a major fast food chain. Here's Fox's Hillary Barsky.
Beyond Meat announced a 3-year agreement with McDonald's to be its preferred supplier for the patty in the McPlant sandwich. The new plant-based burger sandwich is being tested in select McDonald's markets globally. In addition, the two companies will explore co-developing other plant-based menu items, like chicken, pork, and egg as part of McDonald's broader McPlant platform. Beyond Meat also landed a deal with Yum Brands, parent company of KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, and will be expanding fried chicken products for KFC as well as pizza toppings for Pizza Hut. Over the last few years, plant-based food products have grown in popularity, with many large restaurant chains offering healthier and more environmentally friendly menu options for its customers. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
For WJR News, I'm Marie Osborne. The 34th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon continues with Frank Beckmann and Steve Courtney in just a moment.
What makes fast cash from the Michigan Lottery so thrilling? The progressive jackpot that keeps building with every ticket sold all day long. From the moment you wake up, the jackpot's building. And while you're in the shower, it's still building. Even while you're working, it's still building. Until jackpot, a winner, right on the spot. The fun keeps building with fast cash, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
You've got the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on WJR. Call and donate right now, 833-SAL-HOPE, or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more Frank Beckmann.
Along with my buddy Steve Courtney, we're in the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, and we're so happy to say that we have so many great supporting sponsors like Pat Moran of Pat Moran Chevrolet. He's offering a match this hour, Steve, $34,000 to match here between 11 and 12, and we've just got people who want to help the Salvation Army so much, and our tote board total is now at better than $526,000. So we're doing fine, but we want to keep going and keep that number and keep heading it toward seven digits, you know?
No question about it there, Francis. And again, just a reminder, the most popular giving level here to the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, $240. With that, you're going to receive an embroidered limited edition Bed and Bread Club Radiothon blanket as a thank you gift. It is black. It is 50 by 60 inches, we're talking, and 100% polyester brushed polar fleece, for crying out loud, with matching trip whip stitch. I'm not familiar with that, but I received one yesterday as well from the Salvation Army, and it's absolutely. I was snuggled up underneath it watching the Michigan State game last night, and it proved to be good luck.
You betcha. And he has got a victory, so good for him. But yeah, that stitching on the edge makes sure that there's no strings that come out. None of the fabric comes loose off the edge, and that's so helpful. We especially know that, Shelby, because we're rough on things like blankets.
Yeah, but leave it to you, Q, to know a little bit about matching trip whip stitch.
It is pretty cool. Check your trip whip switch later on. Stitch, I'm sorry. Stitch, switch, same thing.
Whatever the case may be. Listen, go to the phone. The Bullseye Telecom phone bank number, 833-SAL-HOPE, or you know the deal. You can text BREAD to 24365. You can also visit salmish.org. We appreciate you giving early and often. We still have some work to do. And we've got some help along the way, Francis.
Oh, boy, do we ever. And now from Moran Automotive, let's get the owner, Pat Moran, on the air with us. He's been such a big part of this Radiothon every year that I can remember. And, Patty, good morning. It's been way too long, my friend. How you been?
Hey, guys. How are you? It's good to hear your voices. And And Frank, I'm going to miss hearing yours every morning. We're going to miss that voice of positivity on the air. So good luck to you in your next venture.
Well, I appreciate that, Patty. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. So, but let's talk about today. This is the 34th annual, and we've been a part of this, our organization and Debbie and myself, for many, many years. And we almost wish that we didn't have to participate in this, because that would mean that we had the cure. We had everything handled. Nobody was hungry, and nobody was out in the cold, and nobody needed a blanket or a shirt or shoes. But that's not the case. So, our commitment, because of all the employees and all the team members we've got at the Moran Automotive Centers, at the collision centers, at the Chrysler store and the Chevy stores, selling the brands and taking care of customers. And most importantly, what we're able to do here is because we've got a great team and we've got customers that are great. And we've got great following. So, this is a happy moment for us to be able to give this money. And hopefully you guys can get this match, because we got to get this deal going. We're a little behind, it sounds like.
Pat, certainly
you betcha.
times for so many people during this pandemic, and the trickle down to businesses, doesn't matter which one, has been a challenge. Nice to hear that you at Moran Automotive are hanging in there pretty well, huh?
Yeah, we are. The Buick store is busy. We're selling Buicks and GMCs, and we're selling lots of Chevys, and we're selling lots of Chryslers and Dodges. Yeah, and our issue is like everyone else right now in the pandemic. It's tough to get product. There's issues with shortages, so every day is critical. But we get vehicles, and we got customers that are loyal to us, and thank God everything's good. We're hanging in there.
Well, and it makes it possible for you to give back to the community as you continue to do, Patty. And that's something that you feel from within, that this is just how you should be living your life and what you should be doing to help others in any way you can, right?
You're absolutely right. And I have to tell you, as an organization, we have a history of giving back. And I think that's really our corporate responsibility and our personal responsibility, because as we look at all the things that have happened to us that are good over the years, it's important to give back to the community so that we can keep it going. I mean, and it's not that everybody has to give $34,000. If you give $5, if you give $10, if you give $1, Frank, they could text, they could call. You guys have made it very easy for people to give any contribution they want to give at any dollar level. So this is really, it's a new world, right? So we got to collect a lot of money.
You betcha. Patty, thank you so much for being a part of this again. It's really terrific of you to do it. And $34,000. We'll make sure that we keep reminding the audience that is sitting out there as your dedication to match this hour here on our Salvation Army Radiothon. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts.
Thanks, Pat.
All right, guys, do well. Thank you.
We will do our best, and we thank you. You're going to make it that much easier for us, Pat, to help out the people of our community through the march, through the Salvation Army, with the $34,000 matching donation that you have given this morning. It just blows me away, Steve. The great people that we have in our community, and they include all of our listeners who donate what they can to help out others. And you hear about these stories, and like the woman I was talking about earlier, Letitia, who's got those 2 jobs, as a nursing assistant, barely scraping by, working 12-hour shifts. And one day she had trouble sleeping, and she wakes up, and she comes to her total senses and finds out her apartment's on fire, and she's got to move out, and her kids have to move out. And can you even imagine that? Your whole life is just taken away. You need some place to get help, so you go to the Salvation Army, and they're ready to assist you and your kids.
Well, Frank, we've been around for a little bit, and anytime, and I mean anytime, we have gone to our valued listeners to ask them to open up their purses, their wallets, what have you. There's never, ever, ever been a disappointment. And the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon in its 34th year, they know firsthand how generous our listeners are, and much, much appreciated.
You tell our audience, hey, we're trying to match 34 grand by noon, and they start picking up the phone, and they're just marvelous people. And I'm just so thankful to have known them all these years. All right, we need to take a break, Steve. We'll be back with more from the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. Easy for me to tell I've been in broadcasting for a while, right? Okay, 833-725-4673. Steve and I will be back right now. Dana Clark, traffic and weather first on WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40.
All right. Nice job.
Oh, man.
Very good.
I just wish you could see this stuff here.
You got some paperwork, eh? You got some stuff.
It's just
well, cool. Great job.
20 sheets of paper over here, a binder over here full of papers.
There you go.
Computers. I'm working off 2 computers.
Right. All right. So we got 833 Sal Hope is the number, 24365. If you text bread to that number, we'll get your donation that way too. All right, Frank. So we got the $34,000 match generously from Pat Moran Chevrolet. That was very cool. And coming up next, just to keep us on a track here, we got Blaine Fowler coming up from the Blaine Fowler Morning Show on WDVD and Broadway.
Hold on. Oh, Broadway's going to be on too?
Yep, we got Broadway and Blaine will be on at the same time.
Cool. Let me go through my book here and see where I'm at.
Yep, so we're at 11:18. So we got Blaine Fowler, obviously of the Blaine Fowler Morning Show on 96.3 WDVD, and then Broadway down at New Country 93.1. Some of our great sister stations.
Is she going to be on StreamYard?
So we're going to have Blaine and Broadway. Blaine and Broadway. Oh, and there's Blaine right now.
Yeah, I thought Broadway was the woman on FM.
No.
Station. Who's that?
No. I don't
What's her
know.
name?
I don't. I think she is gone. Actually, unfortunately.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Blaine, good morning.
Blaine, are you there?
Hi guys, how you doing?
How are you?
Blaine.
Hey,
Thanks
how
for
we
coming
doing
on.
so far? Yeah, my pleasure.
We're doing good. We're in the middle of a Pat Moran $34,000 match, which is really cool. So, and we met a $50,000 match in our first hour.
Good Lord.
So yeah, we're on our way. Frank, and here on your right, if you'll notice, we got some more names and people who are donating some big bucks.
Right.
We appreciate that. So you can hit on them coming up.
So to speak.
Yep. And otherwise, you got a number, we'll hit that, and you guys can chop it up with Blaine and Broadway.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys do your thing.
Hey, Blaine, can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can.
What was the name of that young lady who came on and was the co-host of the morning show on Country?
That was Chrissy.
Was it Chrissy? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was Chrissy.
Oh, okay.
With the red hair?
Yeah, I don't recall what color her hair was now.
Yeah.
Yeah, is she gone now?
Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Your debt for a fraction of what you owe, making it a perfect time to eliminate your debt and save your money during these tough economic times. There are no upfront fees, and we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. But you must call us at 800-805-7728. This opportunity won't last long, so call us today at 800-805-7728. You have enough to worry about. Settle your debt and remove that unneeded stress. 800-805-7728.
There. Or his webcam. Hey, Broadway, are you there? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
There you are. Good. Just checking your mic.
Have him bring down the top of this.
Can you pull the can you pull your webcam down just a little bit? There you go.
With 3 ways to donate now. Visit salmish.org. Text bread to 24365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE and help keep the bed and bread trucks rolling. Now with more, here's Frank Beckmann.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us, and especially for your donations to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, which continues today for the 34th year. Happy to be joined by a couple more compatriots, along with my buddy Steve Courtney, who has got that look on his face like he just lost a brand new Titleist. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, but you know me all too well. Plenty of time for that right around the corner, Francis.
You and me both, pal. Also joining us from the FM side of the Cumulus Detroit docket, Blaine Fowler, who, along with Lauren Crocker, co-host of the Blaine Fowler Morning Show on WDVD 96.3 on the FM dial, both big supporters of the Salvation Army. They've participated in the annual Bell Ringer Day, I understand, for a number of years. Is that right, Blaine?
Yeah. And we crush it, man.
Beautiful.
We basically commandeered someone's bell ringing location one year because we knew it would be better. So we did that. We got more traction. We got plenty of donations.
So you went out to Bloomfield Hills, you're telling me?
Yeah. Actually, in this case, it was 12 Oaks, but we took a different entrance than we were supposed to have had. So it was fun. Yeah, I mean, and I've been on the bed and bread truck a few times, and you know, I've seen firsthand the appreciation on the faces of so many people who have been recipients to the help that people are giving when they call 833-SAL-HOPE today. And I think that it's very illuminating. And I remember seeing a video, Frank, of you from a few years ago and seeing you out there. And I just kind of thought, boy, this is something that if everyone who donated to this Radiothon had an opportunity to do this, they would really, really see the value in what they're doing, because not only does the bed and bread truck help folks kind of get through a tough time in their lives, but also gets them on their feet. And that is amazing.
Well, exactly. And when you meet the moms and see their little kids and see the appreciation, you know, just how that little cup of hot chocolate can bring a smile to a kid's face. And you come to realize that, you know what, there are a lot of people in this world who don't have anywhere near what you have. And so they're going to need a helping hand up once in a while. And you give it to them very gladly. And you see the appreciation and hear the appreciation from them. And it warms your heart and just makes you want to do more. And I wish every one of our listeners who so generously give could experience that as well.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a good program. And, you know, I've said this before on previous radiothons when we've done this. I've seen a lot of veterans on the route as well, and a lot of people that, you know, you wouldn't expect to necessarily see in that position, but there they are. And we always say, there but for the grace of God go I. And, you know, all of us here who are a part of this Radiothon today, we have the comforts, we have all these things, and luckily for us, we do. However, stuff happens and you never know. So when you text bread to 24365 and you make a donation of any amount, it is well used, it's well invested, and it goes to something that's very meaningful and deep for a lot of people.
Yeah, and you know what, Broadway, you know this too, Broadway, that when you get out in the community and you see the need out there and you see the people who have got problems they've run into and are trying to overcome them now, you realize that, you know, life is not just a Kane Brown song, okay? It's very, very real.
That's very true. You're right about that. Yeah, Kane Brown's got a good life, and even musicians though during this time, during the last year have found themselves in a tough spot. You know, they're so blessed to have the career they have, and now it's just sitting at home releasing songs and hoping that something happens for them. But you know, the generosity in Detroit is amazing. Like, you know, working in radio, some of us travel a little bit. We take jobs in different cities, and I've been to a few different cities, and the generosity in Detroit is unparalleled. Like, it is incredible what I've seen happen in the last year with the Hunger Free in the D Radiothon last year that raised $700,000. Mitch Album's Radiothon that raised over $1 million. Like, and then you see, you know, last weekend, that dog that was found in the Detroit River that was there for 4 days floating on a piece of ice. And within 24 hours of that dog being brought to safety, over $10,000 was raised for a dog. Like, if we can do that for a dog, imagine what we can do for other human beings if we take the time to really think about it and find the compassion in our hearts to give.
Yeah, by the way,
let's go through some of the
no offense intended when Broadway just said other dogs.
You know, fellas, going through the volume of food that is able to be dispersed through the Bed and Bread Club program, 18,720 gallons of soup, 124,000 loaves of bread, 206,000 pounds of deli meat. Listen, it would be nice to say, you can take a year off every once in a while, but as the Salvation Army clearly knows, there are no years off. There are no days off, weeks off, months off. Sadly, people are in need. So when you call the Bullseye Telecom phone bank, 833-SAL-HOPE, or you text BREAD to 24365, each and every cent that you give, again, no matter how big or how small, goes to a lot. And again, thank you very much.
It amazes me to see how far they can make every dollar stretch too, and they do that to help the most people and do the most good, as they say, and it's absolutely true. And Major Tim, we just can't thank you enough. The people have been ringing the phones off the hook, and we've done a pretty good job already on Pat Moran's $34,000 matching gift for this hour too. We're well on our way to meeting that goal, so we'll just remind everybody that that's out there. If we can raise that $34,000, we get a match from Pat Moran Chevrolet, and can't thank Patty enough for that, and thank all of our listeners as well for donating. And again, the phone number is 833-SAL-HOPE, or text the keyword BREAD to 24365. It's going pretty well, fellas, and we're glad to say that. We're not spiking the football yet, don't get me wrong.
Right.
No, sir.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we got $15,000 toward the $34,000 that Pat Moran Chevrolet will match. So yeah, call that number. And again, it doesn't matter if all you can do is $10. $10 is getting us closer. 833-SAL-HOPE is the number to call. If you're more comfortable texting, text the word BREAD to 24365 or visit salmitch.org.
You betcha. And that's Mitch without the T.
Right, yeah. Not to be confused with that guy who's on later today.
Yeah, who'll be helping out as well. He does a great job of raising money in our community for his causes and others. And we're very, very proud of everything that Mitch does with his charities. And we're especially proud of what the Salvation Army has done, what Ford Motor Company has done. Jim Vella, let's talk for just a moment, if we might, about Ford's involvement, and take us back a little bit to when you were first approached about this. And, you get approached about doing a lot of things in the community and helping out a lot of different causes. What made you say this is the right thing for us right here?
The bed and bread truck, and I was sold. But the first stop, when you saw people drive, you're driving along and all of a sudden you come around a corner and there's a line of people and you're thinking to yourself, what are they waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something what's going on? And the driver of the truck said to me, they're waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
They're hungry.
Yeah.
And you walk, it just struck me that, wow. And, it's a little bit of a challenge right now sometimes for people, usually as people are out and about, they'll see people and a lot of folks friends of mine will call and say, hey, I was driving into work today. I saw some people on the side of the street that needed help. What can I do? And I say, hey, support the Bed and Bread Truck or one of the other great operations that the Salvation Army has. Right now, we're not getting out of our homes as much, so we tend to be a little more isolated, right? You don't see it as much, maybe. But believe me, they're out there, and they're in need, and their kids and their moms and their dads and their uncles and their brothers and grandmothers. And this is their life raft that comes to their neighborhood every day. This is the helicopter that comes in and drops the supplies that you might think of in other places, but this is our home. Mm-hmm. This is different because it's Detroit.
You betcha.
And it's our home, and it's where we live.
Jim, like many businesses, automotive is transitioning, but thank goodness all the great folks at Ford Motor Company have stayed on board with the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. I know how Ford is committed to the community, and it's been that way, Jim, for a long, long time.
Yeah, before we
started
take a break,
with Henry Ford, really, and he knew we needed to give back to be successful as a business, and it was our responsibility. And I don't ever see that stopping.
We certainly don't either, Jim. We've seen the determination of the Ford family throughout these years to help the community in every way, and they've been a great inspiration to people like Tom in Royal Oak, who donated $5,000. Cynthia in Oxford, $120. Rita, Rochester Hills, $100. David from Davisburg, $255. Janet in Novi, $500. Kathleen in Livonia, $255. any amount that you can give helps out the people who are most in need in our community. Thank you all so very much. Steve Courtney, Blaine Fowler, Broadway, hang around for a minute. We'll be back, okay?
All right.
Take a quick
You
break
betcha.
right here. Check WJR's traffic and weather first with Dana Clark.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Earlier accident in Lincoln Park is now clear 75 southbound at Ford Street. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Enjoy the sunshine as we kick off the weekend today, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and rain later, your low 31. Saturday, some clouds, some sun, 47. All clouds, all rain on Sunday for the first part of the day, a high of 52. Sunshine, 35 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News.
All right, well done. Well done. All right, so coming up, let me just check here. All right, Andrea, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for all your help.
Hey, Andrea.
We'll see.
Thank you, Andrea.
Jeff has quite big shoes to fill, so I'll report back to you with how he does. I don't anticipate it'll be great.
Hey, what are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. Jeff's great. All right, so cool. All right, so Karen Carter is going to be up here. She's the meteorologist over on channel 62. She, I believe, is going to be on the phone, so we still will be able to have Blaine and Broadway if you guys want to hang out. If
Sure.
you got to split, we understand, though.
Okay.
So, all right, cool. Well, very good. All right, so we're about halfway through to that Pat Moran match. I anticipate it's probably a little higher than it was a couple minutes ago, but let's just say we're halfway there for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
So hit that number, hit the text, and
What
we'll
was
get
it,
this
34?
34K. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Hey, Broadway, how's your daughter?
Oh,
How's
she's
the baby?
great. Thank you. Yeah, she's sleeping a lot. She's perfect, honestly.
You got a new baby?
Yeah, I just had a girl a couple weeks ago. My first girl. I got 2 boys. So
Did it hurt?
no, it was painless for me.
Hey, now I wanted to ask you.
Broadway?
Sorry?
What'd you name her?
Rowan.
Rowan. Okay.
Yep.
I was waiting for Park Avenue or something, you know.
So does it feel different now, Broadway, having a daughter?
It does, yeah. Everybody keeps asking me if everything is okay because I haven't posted her on social media. I'm like, actually, I'm not going to put her on social media. I'm like, she'll do that later in life. She'll put herself out there way too much, I'm sure. So I'm not going to do that. And people think that's weird that I'll like put my sons on social media, but not her.
Well,
it does feel different.
Your daughter, your call.
Yeah.
That's your call, buddy. No, I'm it's honestly, it's funny because I got one of each and it is different. It's different.
Yep.
It's not, I'm not saying one's better than the other or anything like that because they're both
No, you're
awesome.
right, though, Blaine.
I mean, it's
the same
100.
thing.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's great having a little girl.
Yeah,
it's great having a little boy.
Something about girls. What was that song?
Yeah, no, but I mean, really, it really is. And the cool thing is, Broadway, it never goes away. My kids are 25 and 23, and Colin's upstairs right now. So,
And you still like your daughter better than your son.
no. Nice try. I see what you did there.
You did it, not me.
No, it's sweet having a daughter and having a son. That's awesome.
Hey, Broadway, this is not totally to brag, but I just wanted you to know that a couple of years ago at the Cherry Festival in Traverse City, the musical entertainment, when he was just starting out, really, was Kane Brown. And he was so unbelievable. And we got to see him. Marcero was there, and we got to see him live, and it was, oh, gosh, it was so good.
That's
and
cool
then
to hear.
to see what he's become now, you know.
I know. I never would have guessed he would have took off like that. He started doing covers on YouTube. That's how his career started.
Did it really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that part. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's good, though. Man.
He's an entertainer for sure.
Oh, yeah.
His
Especially
vocals,
when,
too, if you
especially
look
when
up what
Lauren Elena's up there with him.
If you look up what he sounded like 10 years ago and compare it to now, he's clearly come a long way.
Is that right?
Vocally, yeah,
I've
as
never
far as his
done that.
vocals
Wow.
go. He's
Yeah.
great.
Well, he's gotten older. You know, he's matured. So,
yeah.
He's putting in his 10,000 hours.
Yeah. But, you know, Blaine used to have a squeaky voice, too.
Yeah, my first Radiothon on here, I was like, "Hi, Mr. Beckmann, how are you?" Honestly, that's Frank. I want to tell you that because I never see you anymore. That was the first time I met you. That was like freaking awesome.
Did I ever tell you that I worked at WDRQ?
No.
When it was an all news station. It was an all news FM station.
It was?
Yeah.
Get the hell out.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I knew the top 40. I didn't know it was anything before top 40.
Yeah. And in fact, I was a newsman there and then became news director.
Wow.
Yep. And
That's
dated
pretty
the
cool.
most beautiful girl that I've ever dated who worked there as the switchboard operator. I'll never forget her. Really appreciates that after almost 50 years of marriage too, right? No, her name, I'll never forget her because her name was Jackie Robinson.
Oh, wow.
True story.
Heck of a baseball player she was.
Yeah, right.
You'd be blown away, man. She could hit that ball like you would not believe.
Careful.
Coincidentally.
Whoa, this is a family show. All right.
I didn't mean anything by that.
All right. So,
so tell me this, Jackie. What would a $500
$54,000 match from Pat Moran hit the number hard.
Fun and food.
We're coming back.
Yes, it's a grand, spectacular day to get away.
Karen Carter is there.
Only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. It's a new day. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Live from downtown Detroit, this is the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on 760 WJR. We need your help to continue to shelter over 130,000 Metro Detroiters every single year. Call 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673 to make your donation now. Once again, here's Frank.
Along with our friends Blaine Fowler from the FM side of the dial here at Cumulus and Broadway from New Country 93.1, just sharing some reminiscences about seeing country music stars at their outset of their careers. We are so thankful, though, for the audience that we have here at WJR, and thankful for our FM friends to come over and help out as we take part in the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon for a 34th year. Pat Moran's offer of $34,000 in matching funds is really going a long way, and our audience is responding in a big way. We're past the midway point of reaching that figure, guys, so thank you. You've done a great job with that.
That's a neat deal. I want to give a shout out to Janet from Novi, $500 donation. Kathleen from Livonia, a fine community, coming through with $255. And we've got the phones open for you folks as well. The Bullseye Telecom phone bank number, 833-SAL-HOPE, or you can simply text BREAD to 24365, or you can simply visit salmish.org. You go ahead and choose whichever way you want to. The important thing is no matter how big, how small, you're making a contribution to the 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon.
You know, Tommy, I just want to acknowledge this while we got a moment right here, and then we'll welcome in Karen Carter. But Blaine Fowler is also involved, as I understand it, every year in the Salvation Army's bell ringer effort as well. Aren't you, Blaine?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Beautiful.
We do that. Me, Lauren, Maddie from the show, we all go out and we ring the bell. It's honestly, it's a lot of fun. Plus, then I end up shopping. So I get my Christmas shopping done, raise some money for Salvation Army, and like we were talking earlier, that bed and bread truck, boy, it does a lot of good, you know, for a lot of people right here in Metro Detroit. And this is something that, like you said, this is the 34th year.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know, stuff. all the money. I mean, so far we've raised over $500,000, but you know, we need more. And if you can help out in any way, any denomination of money, even if it's just $5, 833-SAL-HOPE, or text BREAD to 24365. Goes a long way.
And as you said earlier, Blainer, you and Lauren have been known to hijack, if you will, locations. When do you start plotting things out? No jurisdiction is safe with you folks.
No, our attitude, we know where the good entrances are to the malls. We've done our research. I mean, we know what we're talking about. So we just basically go, you're supposed to be at the other location. Did they tell you that? Oh, really? Sorry. It's just around the corner. Just go over there. You'll be great.
Yeah, Steve, the key is they want to be near the Macy's is what he's saying, you know?
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's actually it. Frank, you're absolutely right.
Hey, we've got, I want to mention Nancy and Jim Gray from Hazel Park, a $255 gift to the Bed and Bread Club program. Very generous donation that went into the Bullseye Telecom call center. Thanks to them for their help, Ford Motor Company every year, and to all of you who give each and every year. It's really marvelous. And I also want to welcome in a very special guest on the program. I understand Karen Carter's on the line. Is that correct? Karen, are you there?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm here. Hello.
Great
How
to hear
are
your
you
voice.
guys?
Hello, Karen.
Karen's the chief
A little bit
meteorologist.
different this year, huh?
Oh, just a little, you bet. But at Channel 62 and Channel 50, CBS 62 and CW 50, Karen Carter's the chief meteorologist. And thank you for keeping the snow away and getting the sun out today, Karen.
I know we have beautiful sunshine out there today. Isn't that nice? And temperatures have been pretty nice too lately.
Well, you know what? We may kid about it, but I think it really makes a difference, and it brightens people's spirits, if you will. And I find that when you got better weather like this, people are even more willing to give, and they feel good about themselves, they feel good about others, they feel good about what their donations can do. And we try to hammer that home over and over and over again. But unless people take that upon themselves and say, you know what, that's me, that's what I want to be all about, you can't do it. And so I think that sunshine helped them do that today, Karen.
Absolutely. And, it's a good reminder, too, the sunshine puts a smile on our face for us to put a smile on others' faces, too, and we've had a very snowy winter this year. We actually already almost hit what we should be for this time or for our winter. How much in terms of inches, in terms of snow? We're about an inch away from what our average is for the year. And, winter's not done yet. We're still in the mix of winter and with those cold temperatures outside. Thankfully, now we're getting a little bit warmer, but, it's a great time to remember those who may need, an extra jacket, an extra bed, a blanket, or whatever they may need just to get through those brutal winters and those brutal nights.
Yeah, and how about these
next week, Francis? It's going to be in the 40s, near 50 most of next week. So, Karen, keep doing the fine work you're doing.
Thanks. Yes, this weekend I'm forecasting on Sunday 50 degrees.
Beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, though, at night, Karen, we're still going to love these Bed and Bread Club Radiothon blankets that are out there for people who can donate right in the area of $250 to the Salvation Army. And we'll make sure you get one of these blankets and give it a little bit more. And we'll get one of these special gifts to somebody within the Bed and Bread Club program, too. And you'll help someone else as well. So thank you all for considering that. The Gray, Nancy and Jim Gray from Hazel Park, $255 gift to the Bed and Bread Club program. We're going to make sure they get one of these blankets as well. Just marvelous gifts.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good reminder while you're wrapping yourself up in that blanket of the others who may need that blanket as well.
You betcha. Karen, tell me about your involvement within the community, your feeling, your background, how you found the, sort of the inspiration to do all that you're doing in the community these days.
I really have a passion for helping the community, and I'm really happy that I'm in the position that I'm in right now to be able to do that and to do it as often as I can, being with you fine folks today and being able to help others and kind of spread the message to give and to help those in need. There's multiple organizations that I've been involved with and tried to help. And I think especially food insecurity is a big passion of mine. And any little bit can help somebody. And a few years ago, I know I talk about this every year I come on, but I had the opportunity to go on one of the bed and bread trucks. And it really makes a difference. And it's people who just need that little extra help sometimes. And, you know, it could be your neighbor and you may not know, or someday it could be you. And it's just helping the people around you. I think that makes such a difference. And anything that you can give, whether it be $1, whether it be $5, whether it be $100, you know, any little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, I want to pass along real quickly before we take a break and check traffic and weather. One of the case managers for the Salvation Army's bed and bread truck program was involved with a woman who had a drug addiction. Came upon her and tried to help her out. The woman needed something to eat. So while talking to her, our volunteer aboard the bed and bread truck said that this woman told her she was ready to get her life back on track and wanted to start living again, but didn't know where to turn. So you know what she did? She went to the Salvation Army's Harbor Light Mission. There she got regular nutritious meals, a place to rest her head at night, and bingo, before you know it, she was enrolled in the substance abuse program, got the help she desperately needed, and turned her life around. And those are the kind of success stories we're talking about that you help to formulate with your donations today to the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon.
Can I just say something real quick,
Yeah.
guys? So I know somebody had mentioned earlier that, you know, not a lot of people are leaving their houses. We're all kind of isolated because people are still working from home. Well, I do come downtown Detroit every day to work in the Fisher Building, and I can tell you that the number of panhandlers that I see every day has gone up substantially in the last year, and they're getting desperate, and you can tell they're getting incredibly aggressive. So this is the best way to help. Instead of rolling your window down and handing somebody a $10 bill, you want to call the Salvation Army. You want to give to the Bed and Breakfast Club, because they're going to use the money appropriately and make sure people get what they need, which is nutrition and, you know, warmth.
You betcha. That's a great point, Broadway. Thank you so much. Thanks to you and to Blaine for all you're doing. We'll talk to you guys again very soon, I hope, okay?
Thanks, guys. Good luck today.
Thank you. Steve, Courtney, hang in there. We'll be right back. We'll continue to remind people 833-725-4673 to give to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. Dana Clark sitting by. She has WJR's traffic and weather right now.
A reminder for upcoming construction this weekend, 94 both.
All right, nice job. Very nice.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you.
You got some stuff going on here. You're doing a great job keeping up on it, though. I know it's tough. I'm just throwing information at you left and right. So
we need it, though.
I know. All right. So good news is of the $34,000 match from the good folks over at Pat Moran. We've got $8,000 left on that matching effort. So
that's all we need to get.
We got 8,000 left to hit our matching goal of 34,000. So text bread to 24365 or call and make your donation. That way you can do that at 833 Sal Hope. That's the number to get it done there. All right. So $8,000 left to get the Pat Moran $34,000 match. Coming up, Frank, if you remember yesterday, you know, I mean, you do it all the time. I know our audience, you know, what I love about you, Frank, is you don't ever you don't ever keep people in the dark. So it happens often that if we want to get somebody to talk about, you know, something that's happening in the news, they can't always do it between 9 and noon, right? That's you know, people are working or they got meetings or whatever. So sometimes we got to pre-tape something. And so we had to do that yesterday with our friend Carol Kane over at the Free Press and of Michigan Matters. So we're going to play that coming up in a couple minutes. And then at the tail end of that interview, we'll still have.
You want me to intro that?
No, it's self-contained.
Okay.
So at the end, though, when it ends, because it's only, I think, 4 minutes or so.
Right.
We'll have to come back and you'll be able to talk with Major Tim about some stuff, and obviously Jim will be there as well. So that'll take up the rest of our segment. Plus, we got to make sure here at the end of the 11 o'clock hour we get you a tote board total. We'll do that coming up as well, and we'll let you know if we hit our Pat Moran Chevrolet, which it looks like we're on a good track now. We still have $8,000 left. So 833 Sal Hope, or you can text bread to 24365. All right. I'll get out of here. We're coming back in just a second, and we'll get you going here again.
Disease is reversible. It's not in the genes, it's in your profile. It's time to take charge of your health. Call Dr. Brian Collender at 866-KOLENDER.
Grandma, why was there no powwow this year?
There's a disease spreading, and if we catch it,
It can hurt us. It's called COVID-19.
What can we do?
We must keep our distance around people, always wear our masks, and avoid crowds.
Got it.
Vaccines are here, but until enough of us are vaccinated, we must all do our part. To learn more, visit cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ed Wynn stopped by the Bed and Bread Club truck on Gratiot and Rochelle on his way to pick up his 3 kids from school. You got a favorite here on the Bed and Bread truck?
I like the soup, man. It's pretty cool today. I like it good. It's all right.
What else do you like?
They look out for the kids and stuff, so, I like how they do it in the community, and it's pretty great.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
So they got something for them too, right?
Yeah, they got them some nice, what they get them today? Some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. See, they look out for the kids, man. You can't go wrong with PB&J. Salvation Army do it, man.
They do it. Right now, we got people listening live to you, and everybody that wants to donate. What do you tell them?
Hey, man, keep up the cause, man. Keep donating, man. The Salvation Army really do keep up the neighborhood and look out. Y'all have a great day, man.
Take care of the kids.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Text BREAD to 24365. Visit salmish.org or call 833-SAL-HOPE and join the club that's here for good, the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club.
February's winding down, and so is our President's Day event. In fact, it all ends Monday night, March 1st at 9 p.m. at Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi, friends. Bill Golling here, reminding all qualified Chrysler employees about our great lease incentives. For example, you can lease a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Wheel Lease 4x4 for just $347 a month. Leases for 39 months, 10,000 miles a year with $1,000 down. For the finest in sales, service, and selection, come see what we can do for you at Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at golling.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money. Easy to learn, easy to use, small business software tailored just for you.
Can I do the Letitia story, you guys?
With PatriotSoftware.com.
I think I did.
I'm sorry, say again, Frank, real quick.
The Letitia story?
Yes, yep, you just did that one.
Okay.
Thought that grows with every play all day long. Fast cash, the fun keeps building.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. $120 feeds 10 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Once again, here's Frank.
And welcome back into our 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on WJR, presented by the Ford Motor Company to benefit, of course, the Salvation Army. And we are so proud to be a part of this for the 34th year here at WJR, the 34th year of the Radiothon, started by Dick Burton those many years ago. And we're happy to be joined by one of the most popular media members in our community, host of Michigan Matters on CBS 62. You've known her as a columnist at the Detroit Free Press as well. Longtime friend, Carol Kane, on the other end of our line. Carol, how are you this morning?
Oh, Frank, I'm so glad to be with you. And I'm glad to be, this is my first time on the Radiothon with you. And this is you're wrapping up your WJR daily festivities there. So I'm just so glad you're going to be with me on this.
Yeah, let's just hope this isn't catchy, you know. I don't want to see you leave too. This town cannot do without both of us, Carol. Let's remember that. Well, listen, we're glad to have you here. The Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club. This is just so important to our community, because when you think about what they do in terms of serving foodstuffs to the most needy in our neighborhoods, we look at this, and thanks to the listeners who will be donating money all day long today, they're going to provide over 100,000 nights of shelter this year, and that's like 300 nights worth of shelter each night of the year for needy people in our community, and that goes with the 1.3 million meals that they serve annually, and it's just such a wonderful tribute to our city, to the generosity of Detroiters, and to all the people who help out. So thank you.
And there's seriously no doubt about that. For those of us born and raised here, the Salvation Army has been such a champion for the community and helping people who need it so much. And when I read that the goal for this current telethon is 1.6 million, that's a lot of money. But in this pandemic, we know that Detroiters know how to give like no one else.
Yeah, and it goes beyond just providing the food and beverages to the families around Detroit. When the bed and bread trucks go out, they also take items to people, very, very much needed items like coats and blankets and socks and hats and all these supplies. I've seen it myself being out on the truck where mothers have come up with a young child and you give them some of these goods that they need, a coat or a blanket, and they say, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I've got 2 other kids at home. Do you think maybe we could help them with something? And we go, you bet. And it just makes you smile that you're able to give something extra to these people to take home to the rest of their kids. And they're going to such a great cause to the people who are most needy in our community.
Well, and congratulations to WJR and to the Salvation Army for again, with this 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. It's making such a difference and helping so many people.
Well, we're just proud to carry on what Dick Burton began those many years ago, 34 years ago, and it's a remarkable achievement that he was able to start this and continue it more than 3 decades. I mean, just think about that, more than 3 decades of doing this charity fundraiser. That's incredible.
Well, and it's a testament to the Salvation Army and all that they're doing. The fact that the goal is 1.6 million, last year was 1.5, and they'll meet this 1.6. They'll probably exceed it. It's just that when you have a cause that's so needed and you have people behind it, community champions like yourself who are locking arms, and I know people who are listening in who want to help too. And again, reminder, they can call 833-725-4673 or text the keyword bread to 24365. It's the community helping everybody here. It's just, there's so much need. And again, makes you just feel good to do that.
Stay well. Hope to talk to you soon and see you on the tube, of course.
All right. Take good care, my friend.
All right. You too. Michigan matters. So does Detroit. It matters an awful lot to us, and it always have, Carol. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
So long. Carol Kane from Michigan Matters and the Detroit Free Press. All right, so glad to have you with us and so thankful to have you with us as we continue trying to match Pat Moran's wonderful pledge of $34,000. We're trying to match that. We still got a few thousand to go, so text that keyword bread to 24365 or give us a call at 833-SAL-HOPE. We're working hard to try to match that number of 34,000 for Pat Moran to really double the donation from the very generous car dealer here in Metro Detroit. Steve Courtney, we got so many great people. It blows me away every year to realize how many people take part in this, and we hear about their donations. They reach deep into their pockets and impact their own lives, take out of what's good for them to help others and improve their lives, and that's really a testament to the people here in Metro Detroit.
I would urge anybody, really, Frank, to go and take a ride on the Bed and Bread Club trucks. We've had the pleasure of doing that and done a lot of things in my not so illustrious career, but you talk about a rewarding experience. And, I remember like it was yesterday leaving thinking, you know what, this is just an awesome, awesome deal for so many people who are in need. If you don't have proper nutrition, what can you accomplish in any given day? And that's where the Salvation Army steps up, makes sure that people who need it are fed and kept warm. And it's so very, very important.
Yeah, Steve, let me throw this out real quick. Again, the phone number is 833-SAL-HOPE, or you can text the keyword bread to 24365. We're now within $3,000 of meeting Pat Moran's match. Means we got to go at about $1,000 a minute here, pal, for the next 3 minutes to get that done. I want to make sure we hit it. I know you do, too.
Once again, bread to 24365. Visit salmish.org. We've got a little bit of work to do, but I have all the confidence, Francis, in the world and our valued and trusted customers.
You betcha. I do too. Hey, but we're two people who understand, because we've had belief that the Lions are going to go to a Super Bowl someday too. And doggone it, that's going to be next on our agenda to try to help them get there. But right now, we want to help the needy in Detroit most of all. And you do that through the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And we're so thankful. Can you even imagine our audience, Steve? making donations to, when you think about it, to total strangers in their lives, but they say, you know what, it's going to help out the community. It's going to help somebody get off the street. It's going to help somebody improve their own lives. And that's the kind of open-ended giving that we hear all the time about from our listeners and are so thankful for.
Well, there's story after story, Francis, of, what the Salvation Army has done. Here's one. They worked with a family whose son Theodore knew his family was poor, could not afford to replace his mattress, so he kept a large hole covered to prevent the spring from popping out. One day, his mother found the hole while changing the sheets. Heartbroken that her son was sleeping this way, Theodore's mother called the Salvation Army. They provided her with a voucher for a new mattress, and Theodore was able to receive a new bed without causing any strain on his mother's already tight budget. Frank, there is story after story like this, and
exactly.
Each one warms the heart more than the previous one. So, unbelievable.
All because of the people who have donated over $526,000 today so far to the Salvation Army as part of our Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. It's so uplifting, and we just ask you to keep it up, my friends. Use the keyword bread at 24365 to text your donation as well. Steve Courtney's with us. I'm Frank Beckmann. We'll be back in a moment. First, though, Dana Clark is sitting by, and she's got WJR's traffic and weather.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Traffic First also sponsored by Window World. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD, 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW for your window, door, or siding project. Get 0% financing for 60 months. Window World is America's largest exterior replacement remodeler and a trusted team partner of WJR's Inside Outside Guys. Call 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW or visit windowworlddetroit.com. Reminder about construction along 75, both directions, between 8 Mile and 696 at 11 p.m. tonight. All lanes will shut down for weekend work until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Shelving.com. Shelving.com offers a variety of organizational solutions for your warehouse, from Unirack pallet racks to carton flow shelving. Get 10% off select products site-wide with code WJR10. One-time use per customer, that's WJR10, Shelving.com. We rack your world. Sunshine for the first part of the day, and cloud cover a little bit this afternoon, but mainly sunny, a high of 40. Tonight, partly cloudy, rain later, your low 31. Sunshine, 35 degrees. I'm Dana Clark. WJR News with Ken Rogalski is next.
Ad paid for by OpenJar Concepts. Attention firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown that chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with several types of cancer. If you or someone you know was exposed to AFFF and were diagnosed with any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic, lymphoma, leukemia, testicular, and neuroendocrine, then you should call us immediately because you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call us at 800-931-0987. Our experienced attorneys will fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless we get a recovery in your favor. Time is limited to file a claim, so call us now, 800-931-0987. Operators are standing by 24/7, so don't wait. 800-931-0987. That's 800-931-0987. Again, 800-931-0987.
WJR Detroit and WDVD HD2 Detroit. 760 WJR, where Detroit comes to talk.
Executive David Coulter said at a town meeting that Oakland County is making progress in inoculating residents against COVID, but much remains to be done. Of the county's 1.2 million residents, 250,000 doses have already been administered and 500,000 are registered. The county health director, Leanne Stafford, says they will get to everyone eventually once there's enough vaccine. According to one athlete, the death of John Geddert, the U.S. Olympic team coach who was charged with 24 felonies in connection with the abuse of young gymnasts, escaped justice. Sarah Klein spoke to CNN. Geddert, who took his own life yesterday after news of the charges, was the former owner of the Michigan-famed Twisters Gymnastic Club. It was one of the places that Larry Nassar admitted to sexually abusing young female athletes. A West Michigan man wants to start a new political party as an alternative to the GOP. Brian Van Duzen of Zeeland wants to form the Patriot Party in Michigan and says he's sick of Republicans getting elected and turning out not to be conservative. The group's website calls for smaller government, term limits, individual freedoms, and keeping America great.
Okay, I lost audio. Can you guys hear me? Because I cannot hear anything.
Let me add me. Can you hear me?
There we go. Now I got you. What
That's
happened?
my fault. That was my fault. I'm a moron. We're good. We're safe.
Well,
Okay.
we knew that, but that's
all right. All right, real quick. The Pat Moran match was good. We met it. We hit the
good.
$34,000 match. Now, also, if you look on over to our private chat, we have a new tote board total from
Yeah.
Jeff. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right, so let's announce that right at the top.
All right.
And then, you see that we have another matching program here from the Salvation Army Advisory Board and the Women's Auxiliary. That now it has been upped from 36,000 to 50,000.
Yeah, hold on. I got to find it.
All right, so at 12:05. So
There we go.
Teresa DiBastini.
DiBastiani.
Okay, my bad. Yep. So they're upping their match from 36 to 50. It's now 50 in the noon hour.
Okay. Is Teresa going to come on with us?
Yep, she's going to be here. She's going to be on StreamYard, so you'll see her.
All right.
All right. So hit the Pat Moran, hit the tote board total, and then we'll get to Teresa. Okay. All right.
I'm better, but I still love the action. I love betting on basketball as much as football and baseball too. I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. That's what I like about FanDuel Sportsbook so much. You can combine all these props with other bets, and they're all from the same game in some cases. You can score an even bigger payout. It's called a same game parlay bet. You can only find them on FanDuel. Here's what you do with the same game parlay. You bet things like player point totals, rebounds, assists, the money line of the game, the over-under for the teams, total points scored, the point spread, whatever you like. Right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back each day if your parlay falls one leg short. It's same game parlay insurance. You heard that right. Every day at FanDuel. So easy to use with fast withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, so many features. Download it today. It's an app at FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel, and use the promo code FRANK when you sign up.
21 and over and present in Michigan. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Maximum refund $10. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
Welcome back to the 34th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. Call 833-SAL-HOPE now to make your donation, or visit salmish.org and be one of the people to keep Sal Army's bed and bread trucks traveling 180 miles every single day to serve meals to Metro Detroit's most depressed areas. Now, once again, here's Frank.
Thank you so much for being a part of the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon for this year. We're so proud to say that you have helped to raise $595,202. That's our audience out there. Steve, Courtney, they just never cease to amaze me. Just great people we have in this audience. And now,
as we've discussed, we're in the midst of this pandemic, and chances are better than not that a lot of folks that are tuned into us right now for the 34th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, they know somebody who has been directly affected by this horrible pandemic financially. It's unfortunate, but thanks to the Salvation Army, they're extending a bridge to a lot of folks, and by golly, that's why we're here.
Yeah, you betcha. Well, one of our case managers was sharing the story about a meeting with a homeless woman who had a drug addiction. She came to the bed and bread truck to get something to eat. And then while talking to her, she said, I'm ready to get my life back on track and start living again. And she didn't know where to turn, but the Salvation Army knew where to steer her to the Harbor Light Center. She got regular nutritious meals there, a place to rest her head at night. She was enrolled in the substance abuse program, I think you heard me talk about earlier, and got the help that she needed. And you hear these stories over and over and over again. And I know we repeat them, Steve, but it's so worth it. And the donations that our audience makes, which is up to a total of $595,202 now. Great stuff. And by the way, we met the match for Pat Moran. Our audience did. They met the 34,000 match for Pat Moran. Yeah, you betcha. So
let's keep it coming. The Bullseye Telecom phone bank number 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text bread to 24365. You can visit salmish.org. And let's keep it going. I think we're on a roll, Francis.
I think so too. And you know who's here now is the Senior Vice President, Program Design Manager at the Academy at Bank of America, Board Chair of the Salvation Army's Metro Detroit Advisory Board. We've seen her in person at these fundraisers, and we see her virtually today. And it's Teresa DiBastiani who is joining us now here on the show. And all we're missing is all those goody sweets that you always make, Teresa. Good to see you again. How are you?
Great to see you too, Frank. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all ours, and thank you so much for all that you continue to do. On behalf of the people of Detroit, I just want to thank you, because I'm not sure how often you get to hear that from the people involved. I know every time you do, though, when somebody has their lives changed by what you do and the efforts that you put in with the Salvation Army, it makes that smile even brighter for you, doesn't it?
It sure does. It sure does. And if you don't mind, Frank, I'd like to put a smile on everyone's face and announce our board match right now, if that works for you.
Absolutely.
Well, I am so proud to represent our entire diverse Salvation Army of Metro Detroit Advisory Board in conjunction and partnership with our Women's Auxiliary and our Detroit Echelon chapter. We are putting forth a $50,000 match for this hour.
Wow. How about that?
$50,000.
Oh, wow, Teresa.
There's Christina.
Wow. That looks nice on a big check.
It sure does.
Well, Teresa, if I was less of a man, I would talk about how easy it is for a woman to carry a check for $50,000. But all kidding aside, the whole community comes together when it comes to the Salvation Army, and it's so good to see. And those of you who serve on the board, you not only give of your own private funds to help out, but you also give of your time, your effort, and you just want to see the community continue to heal.
Absolutely, Frank. And, I'll share, I've had the honor of serving on this board now. I'm coming up on my 15th year. And, I'm a banker, right? And everything's about the impact and the numbers, right? And what we can do. And when you think about 111,000 nights of shelter provided annually, 1.3 million meals provided annually, and then the return on your donation, right? So for $120, you can feed 5 people for a month. For $240, you can feed 10. And when you take $240 out and over 365 days in a year, you're talking about 66 cents a day. I mean, less than a cup of coffee, right? And the lives that you change. I mean, I've been on those bed and bread trucks, and you see the children even coming up to those trucks, and it's probably the only meal they're going to get for the day. I mean, it really, really hits you in the heart.
Yeah, and the appreciation that you see in their eyes is just, it's description, it really is. And we're also offering these beautiful Bed and Bread Club Radiothon blankets this year for those that meet the donation totals that you just mentioned. And we're going to have a lot of warm people out there in the community, thanks to our great audience.
Absolutely.
Teresa, we've been talking throughout the morning how nice it would be if there was a lull in the need that the Salvation Army provides each and every year. Sadly, that is not the case. And you find folks on the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board you have to stay ahead of the curve. And sometimes, like in the midst of a pandemic, that's not an easy chore, but some way, somehow, you always respond.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would share that, one of our priorities as a board is to continue to be innovative and creative, right? Especially during these really ever-changing times for us. And so as you think about even the innovation, whether it was pulling ahead and moving up our Christmas campaign earlier, introducing new campaigns, or even what the Bed and Bread program has done with what we're doing here today with the live stream and a different way to connect with our listeners, as well as our Bed and Bread trucks themselves. They've now customized and retrofitted them so that they can do contactless delivery and really keep our staff and our clients safe. Isn't that great?
Amazing stuff. Yep. Doing whatever it takes to make sure that people are continuing to be taken care of. And that's what this is all about for the Salvation Army. We're proud to be a part of it, Teresa. Thanks for all you're doing with the advisory board and with the Salvation Army as a whole. We can't thank you enough. You're a wonderful, wonderful member of our community. We thank you. It's a pleasure to know you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you. And best wishes, Frank, to you. And I want to say best wishes to you on your retirement. We truly appreciate you, and we're going to miss you, and just appreciate the great partnership over all these years.
Well, thank you. Just remember, somebody's got to help Steve find those golf balls out there. Okay. Thanks, Teresa.
Nice.
All right. Take care.
Keep up the great work. Teresa DeVastiani, Senior Vice President, Program Design Manager, the Academy at Bank of America, and Board Chair of the Salvation Army's Metro Detroit Advisory Board. Steve and I continue in a moment. Right now, traffic and weather is first. Let's check in with Dana Clark.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice.
All right. Very
How about
nice.
that?
Shout out to the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary, $50K. That's
What?
big time. $50,000 match, she said. That's big.
Wow. Well, does that mean they're matching
50,000? Yeah.
Yeah.
Up to 50,000. So that's
till 1
big.
o'clock,
So,
right?
so yep. So now's the time. 833 Sal Hope or text bread to 24365. That's big. All right, cool. So Frank, coming up, you get to talk about a little pastry action here.
What are you talking about?
Bland is the head pastry chef at Cantoro's.
Oh.
Which, if you've never been to Cantoro's, let me tell you something.
Where is Cantoro's? Remind me.
That's the place to be. I think it's technically in Plymouth. It is my favorite place in the world as an Italian. There is no better place to get Italian. It's an Italian grocery store. They got a restaurant. They got a wine cellar and a cheese cellar. It's fantastic. Anyway, so you're gonna talk to her coming up. But obviously, pump that number, pump the text, because we got $50,000 to match. So that's great.
Okay.
Housing advice and professionals you can trust. At InsideOutsideGuys.com, every homeowner can find professionals to help them keep their homes in top condition. Be sure to listen every Saturday and Sunday morning, 10 a.m. to noon, right here on WJR.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by EJH Construction.
This is Guy Gordon. Michigan weather can damage our homes and our businesses, leaving us feeling overwhelmed. Help begins with one simple call to EJH Construction. EJH will contact your insurance company for you and work with them through the entire process, making sure your repairs are done with the highest quality materials and that your property is restored to its pre-loss condition. We here at WJR have trusted them to help us, and so can you. 50 years strong, EJH Construction. They are the only choice. Call 800-854-4534 or go to ejhconstruction.com.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel is created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, Ken, our team partners tell me how great our listeners are and want to thank them for their business through these challenging times.
Having your own business can be very challenging.
Well, if you or someone you know owns a residential or commercial construction company and are looking to grow by reaching the best radio listeners in the world, visit theinsideoutsideguys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are here to help your business grow.
That's theinsideoutsideguys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys is brought to you in part by Foundation Systems of Michigan.
If you live above an untreated crawl space, Michigan's brutal winter means cold floors and high heating bills. The experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan have the solution with their exclusive Vapor Lock system. By insulating your crawl space, you can reduce your heating bills by up to 25%. Right now, take advantage of the best pricing of the year during the Winter Savings Event. Call the experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan today for your free inspection.
877-TRY-MISH.
Paid for by Lose Debts. Attention, this is a very important message to anyone with debt exceeding $10,000. With the worldwide stock markets free-falling, coronavirus being labeled a global pandemic, cities and whole countries in quarantine, and layoffs picking up speed, the last thing you need to worry about is your credit card bills. Due to the recent global events, a special debt relief helpline has been created for anyone with over $10,000 in debt, but you must call us at 800-805-7728. As banks shore up capital bracing for a recession, they are willing to settle your debt for a fraction of what you owe, making it a perfect time to eliminate your debt and save your money during these tough economic times. There are no upfront fees, and we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. But you must call us at 800-805-7728. This opportunity won't last long, so call us today at 800-805-7728. You have enough to worry about. Settle your debt and remove that unneeded stress. 800-805-7728. That's 800-805-7728.
You've got the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on WJR. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more Frank Beckmann.
Thank you for being with us as part of the Salvation Army's 34th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. Steve Courtney is here as well. It's been a pleasure to spend these hours with him. Well, you don't think about this, Steve. 4 hours together on the air, we could almost finish 18 holes in that time.
Well, add an hour and a half the way we play, Frank. But your point is well taken. And by golly, in the not too distant future, we will have that opportunity.
Well, exactly. We cannot wait. And, we've got these people out there who are just saying, what can I do to help? How can I help the community? And think about the people who are downtrodden and are also fighting coronavirus. They need help more than ever these days. So many families in Detroit are already having to make these real tough decisions about, do I buy food? Do I pay the rent? What do I do first? Unemployment is rising. Kids are missing school lunches, and all sorts of circumstances are making it necessary for the Salvation Army to step up bigger than ever. And you think about it, a $240 donation, Steve, which also will get you one of these beautiful blankets, the Bed and Bread Club new blankets. $240 donation. Yeah, you betcha. But that also provides meals to 10 people a month, that $240 donation. Isn't that great?
It's just the greatest. And just keep in mind that from now until 1, we have a $50,000 match thanks to the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary. Get that phone working, 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365. You can visit salmish.org. And Francis, I'm just going to let you know a little secret here about the courtship. This past Tuesday, I was able to enjoy a fabulous submarine from Cantoro Italian Market. I mentioned that because you know why.
Well, yeah, because Katie Klan is with us, the head pastry chef at Cantoro. And there she is on StreamYard. Katie, we have everything except that wonderful aroma of chocolate in the oven. That's all I can tell you. We got to figure out a way to do that on social media, Chumley.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to stumble across that. That would be technology unlike any other. But Katie, obviously, being a Livonian, big fan of Cantoro Italian Market. Like I said, the sub was unbelievable. The cannoli is out of this world. And you got such a friendly, kind staff there. It's unbelievable.
Well, thank you. We do appreciate that. We were flying out of those subs for Super Bowl these last couple weekends ago, so you're not the only one who was enjoying that.
Katie, are cannolis the top pastry? Are those the ones that people demand the most?
They are. Yep, we have 3 different kinds, so we sell more than you can believe. All hand piped every single day.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got so many generous people out there who are inspired by folks just like you, Katie, and the great folks at Cantoro Italian Market. Like I just want to name a couple of them. Charlotte from Bloomfield Hills just provided a $1,000 donation. Think about that now. That's thanks to the $50,000 match in the Salvation Army's Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary, a $2,000 donation. Because it's doubled with that match that was out there. So that's just phenomenal. Denise from Troy, $300 donation. So that becomes $600 now with the match from the board.
And Katie, you are no stranger to the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. You have given of your valuable time year in and year out, and the Salvation Army,
and your pastries,
and the pastries, and the Salvation Army is very close and personal to you. Your father received help. Happy to say that he is doing well. He is sober. And I know you have a very, very special place in your heart for this fine organization.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that not a lot of people do know about the Salvation Army, that they do help provide rehabilitation services to those in need. And it literally brought me my father back. He would not have met his grandchildren, my son, without those rehabilitation services. It really kind of brought him back into my life. So.
Well,
That's pretty
congratulations
powerful,
on that.
Katie.
It sure is. That's a wonderful, wonderful story, and it's just a testament to what the Salvation Army does. And there you have this is not some story that you're reading in a magazine now. You're hearing it firsthand from somebody who's lived it, went through it with her own father, and has seen the Salvation Army change his life and change the lives of his grandkids and his daughter. And we've got people all over the place. This JR signal goes a long ways, as we know, Steve. But from Arizona, Margaret, she's in Arizona, $255 donation into the Bullseye Telecom call center. How about that? From Arizona to help out people in Detroit. That's just wonderful.
Well, the wind once again must be going in the right direction. 38 states and half of Canada is where the blowtorch goes. And of course, there's also that internet thing. But Katie, thank you very much, as always, for joining us. Again, a very powerful story. And I think that is the basis of society, that if there is an organization like the Salvation Army that has been there to help a loved one, then you pay it forward. And Katie, you've been doing that, and it's much appreciated.
No, thank you, guys. Thank you for everything you're doing today as well. And it's just a wonderful organization to support. I am forever indebted to the Salvation Army.
Well, and we're indebted to you for helping them out and paying it forward this way, Katie. It's so kind of you to continue to do that. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you.
Steve, Courtney, we hear stories like this all the time. You cannot hear enough of them, though, because these are the truly uplifting stories in our community that make Detroit so very, very special. And we continue to count on our audience to show the way in that, and they never let us down, do they?
No, not for as long as we've been around, Frank. You may be a little bit longer than myself, but I'm right there with you, laddie. But there has never been disappointment. And look, we are in unprecedented times. I know people are tired of hearing that, but people are going to the phones at 833-SAL-HOPE. They are texting bread to 24365. They are visiting salmish.org. And we are keeping our valued phone answers very, very busy. And, a beautiful Friday in progress. And people, I think, are just maybe sensing, Frank, that with the vaccines that are out right now, maybe we are turning the corner, for crying out loud.
Yeah, just maybe. So there's hope for our golf games too, gentlemen. Think about that.
If you say so.
If we can beat COVID, we can break par. That's it. At least one time per round. Let's put it that way.
I like your attitude, my friend.
I can't wait till the weather changes and it gets warmer, and you and I can go enjoy those warm days out on the links once again, my friend. Can't wait. In the meantime, we pray for all the people in our community, and can't wait for the weather to turn, because those folks who need the help the most are impacted the most by the rough weather that we're in the midst of right now here, heading into March. So that's why we need help even more with the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, and why we keep asking people to make that call to 833-725-4673. You can go to salmish.org or text the keyword bread to 24365. That was my choice for my donation, and I trust a lot of other people are doing the same, because we're continuing to mount the donations, and can't thank you good folks enough. Denise and Troy, $300 donation that became $600. Margaret from Arizona, as we said, $255 donation. That's just unbelievable, because that means $510 right there, Chumley. Thanks to someone in Arizona who said, I want to help Detroit.
Just tremendous.
Thank you all so very much. Thank you to Steve Courtney, and we'll come back and have more here on the Frank Beckmann Show. A little different style today, because it is one of our favorite events, the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And Steve and I will be back, and hopefully we'll continue to keep that total mounting. It's $595,202 right now on the tote board, and we'll be back before you know it here on WJR Traffic and Weather right now. And here's Dana Clark.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports?
All right. Very good. We're moving right along here.
Oh, man. How much time we got here?
So let's see here. We got, it's 12:30.
Okay.
So,
we got like 3 minutes, right?
Oh, you're going to walk away. Okay. That's
I want to go I got to get some aspirin. I got a headache.
Oh yeah. No problem. No worries. Let's see here. I'll update a couple things. So yes, we are still in our 12 o'clock hour, which means we still have the match from the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary, just a generous $50,000 match. So please do everything you can. A dollar helps. 833-SAL-HOPE. That's the number you can call, 833-SAL-HOPE. You can also text the word bread, BREAD, to 24365. Again, any little bit helps. That incentive goes all the way till 1 o'clock, so we have some time. But please, I don't want to get it to 12:59:58. Let's keep this thing and try to hit it as soon as possible. Any little bit helps. Again, everything is doubled right now. It's a match. So if you donate $10, that makes it $20. If you donate $200, it makes it $400. It's an incredible incentive, and we ask for your help, and we know that you're doing everything you can to help us out, and we appreciate it. So many people are in need of this program, and we are happy to just be the ones to help out here. We got, by the way, just a ton of people behind the scenes that are making this thing work. Ray Templin, who is a valued member of our engineering staff here at WJR, drew a caricature of somebody, or he will be drawing a caricature of one person or family, and you can call in between now and 1 o'clock. That will be a match, and he'll draw you. How about that? Ray Templin making his services useful. That's awesome. Thank you, Raymond. Again, very cool. A lot of stuff coming up. Again, the match is so important in this 12 o'clock hour. Do everything you can. $1 is so appreciated. If you can give a little more, we appreciate that as well. The number, 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-SAL-HOPE. SALHOPE. And you can also text, if you'd prefer that method, text the word bread, BREAD, to the number 24365. We had some problems with it earlier. But fear not, all has been resolved and everything is working properly. So please give us a call. Again, we're here for you. Frank will be on till 2:00, then Mitch Albom, and then Guy Gordon, Dick Purton, that whole crew. Very exciting day here on WJR, and we're just happy to be a part of it for the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon right here on News Talk 760. All right, so again, we have our $50,000 match. That continues to stand until 1:00. And then again, the number to give 833-SAL-HOPE or 26, excuse me. I want to make sure I get it right. 24365. You can text the word bread to that number as well. All right, Frankie, welcome back. Aspirin and all.
One piece of pizza and 5 aspirin.
There you go. Look at that. That's like a power hour right there. Now you're ready to go. You're ready to get to 2:00 here. I was just telling the folks we're still in the midst of our match here with the good folks at the Salvation Army Detroit Advisory Board and the Women's Auxiliary. $50,000 match until 1:00. $10 becomes $20. $200 becomes $400. I think you get the picture. I'm no good at math, but that's pretty simple math. I can do that off the fly. Or if you prefer to text, you can text the word bread to 24365. All right. So
who's the match from right now?
This is the Salvation Army Advisory Board.
And
the Women's Auxiliary. Yep.
Right.
Yep. So super generous there. Coming up at 12:35. So just a minute or so from now, Chef Michael Block, who's the food service administrator with the Salvation Army of Eastern Michigan Harbor Light System. So we will, you'll talk to Chef Michael coming up here in just a moment. Very exciting.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to get rid of me. Get you guys back here in just a moment. All right.
All right. Meantime,
Frank. Mass incarceration. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to mention one other thing here. I just got sent a link to a new country song that's out. It features 2 female singers named Elle King and Miranda Lambert, and it's called, are you ready? Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home.
At EJI.org.
The Salvation Army's 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund, is right around the corner. You can get a head start with a donation by calling 833-SAL-HOPE or texting BREAD to 24365. $10 a month is all it takes to make a real difference in the lives of others. Tune into the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on News Talk 760 WJR, 4 p.m. on Thursday, February 25th through 7 p.m. Friday, February 26th.
This is the 34th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on News Talk 760 WJR. With 3 ways to donate now. Visit salmish.org, text BREAD to 24365, or call 833-SAL-HOPE and help keep the bed and bread trucks rolling. Now, with more, here's Frank Beckmann.
Yeah, keep those bed and bread trucks rolling, you bet. Our presenting sponsor, of course, the Ford Motor Company Fund. Our call center sponsor is Bullseye Telecom. And, Chumley, you look at this, and Detroit is the only community where the Salvation Army does this, delivers meals in the inner city by truck. It's quite a tribute to what we've seen develop here in Detroit. These trucks travel about 180 miles every day. And they make 57 stops to serve meals in Detroit's most needy areas, the most depressed areas of the city. How much food? The Bed and Bread program each year, my goodness, over 18,700 gallons of soup. Think of 18,700 gallons, along with 124,000 loaves of bread. Deli meats, how many pounds do you think in deli meats? You might have seen this note.
I know the answer, and it's overwhelming.
206,000 pounds of deli meat that they serve every year. 182,000 hot dogs, fruit and snacks, 1.1 million. And that's not even to mention, every week, Steve, they serve 300 gallons of hot chocolate out of the Bed and Bread truck.
That's what our audience hot chocolate. I'll point that out too.
Oh, is it ever? You betcha.
But you know what? And the numbers that we are discussing right now, friends, is yearly, every year. And Frank, the trucks you alluded to earlier, they've been going at it for quite some time, and obviously it needs financing. And again, that's the reason we're here. So what you've done so far is appreciated. For those who are still waiting for the number, here we go. The Bullseye Telecom phone bank, 833-SELL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365 or visit sellmish.org, and let's get her going.
Well, exactly right, because we're at more than $595,000, and we've also got some very, very special items out there. The matching numbers, we're going to get to those in just a moment. There's a very, very interesting item that'll be available, a caricature drawing by our good friend Ray Templin from the WJR engineering staff. He's one of the tops in the business, but he's also a great artist, and he will do a caricature drawing of an individual or a family, and this will be given to a random donor who calls in between now and 1 o'clock. So you got about 22 minutes. Only calls between now and 1 o'clock will be counted toward this. We're going to pick one donor at random, and that donor is going to win this caricature drawing done by our very own good friend Ray Temple.
There he is.
Well, there is Ray.
Razor.
My man.
Listen, Frank, I just want it known that if we ever...
I don't think he's properly socially distanced.
I'm calling it now, Frank, that if we ever have a station Pictionary tournament, Ray's on my team.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, my friend. He's a good man and a great help. And boy, thanks so much, Ray. That's going to be wonderful. Somebody is going to enjoy one of those caricature drawings. And if you're watching us on StreamYard, you just saw an example of some of Ray's work that flashed up on the screen momentarily.
Oh, that's a talent.
Absolutely.
I can't draw to save my life, Frank. It's horrible.
I couldn't draw his tennis shoes.
it's just horrible. And look at this. That's some good work by Razor.
Yeah. So Razor Ray will be donating that caricature drawing to somebody. And again, it's going to be a random donor who calls in between now and 1 o'clock at the phone number we have been giving you. And keep it handy. It's 833-725-4673 at the Bullseye Telecom call center. And one lucky donor is going to win that caricature drawing personalized by our very own Ray Templin. Thank you, Ray, so much.
Thank you, Ray. That's awesome.
Yeah,
somebody's in for a very nice treat.
I'll tell you what. For somebody that gives $100,000, Steve Courtney will not hit any T-balls for your group. How's that? Nor will Frank. Yeah, it's a very special day.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. And we are continued to be joined, Frank, by some folks that are making a difference. Chef Michael Block is joining us now, Food Services Administrator, the Salvation Army Eastern Michigan Harbor Light System. Chef Michael, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Everything is well. Oh, look, there you are right there on the screen.
How about that?
We have just run down, Chef Mike, the amount and volume of various food items that the Salvation Army provides year in and year out. It is overwhelming, but it certainly is necessary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very necessary. There's quite a bit of people in the city of Detroit and the surrounding area that are that need a hand up, and they need that nourishment every day. Sometimes it's the only meal they get. So I'm blessed to have a job here that helps thousands of people in need every day through the Salvation Army. It's an amazing thing to do, and I wish I could share it with volunteers. As of last March, I had to shut the volunteers out of my kitchen, and I'm really waiting to get them back into the kitchen to help me cook all that food. And getting that volume of product, it takes a lot of effort through the Salvation Army headquarters, through generous donations from all kinds of corporations and people. It also takes donations like today by calling 833-SAL-HOPE or texting BREAD to 24365.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, Michael, how difficult it is, because I mean we've been to the Harbor Lights mission and seen the chefs at work in the kitchen and getting all the foodstuffs ready, and when you watch how much food they're going through to get ready for needy people in the community, it's overwhelming the amount of work they have to do. It really is. My hat's off to them. They're wonderful people that do all that.
Yeah, they really work hard. You know, I think of the kitchen that we have here at the Harbor Light as a community kitchen. And I'm really waiting to get the community back into this kitchen to help other people in the community that really need it.
Is there any sense, Mike, as to exactly when the Harbor Light Center will be allowed to have in-person volunteers?
You know, that's going to depend on the CDC and people above my pay grade, but we're also about, you know, having a safe environment, not only for the people in our kitchen, the employees that are working very hard to create this food, but the volunteers that will come back into the kitchen and in our trucks, you know, modified our trucks to make it as safe as possible for our drivers and to eventually have volunteers.
Mike, what went into changing the trucks? Can you give us a brief description of what it looks like?
Sure. We had an open window system, and then I went to a company that builds food trucks and said, I need a closed system so when people do reach in to grab their lunch, the meal that we hand out, the blankets, the gloves, the hats, the scarves, there's an actual separate little compartment so that the touchless system, it's a stainless steel box mounted on our counter that opens two different directions, one for our great employees serving the people in need, and then other for the people that are actually on the street.
Well,
it works.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing at the Harbor Lights mission and helping all the people in Metro Detroit and all of those who are driving those bed and bread trucks all throughout the neighborhoods and helping to feed the people who are most in need here in Detroit. We thank you so much for what you're doing. You've got to be very proud, Michael, of that and of the work that all of your volunteers do at the Salvation Army.
Yeah, thanks you guys, and I really appreciate WKR and what's done for the Salvation Army. And hopefully people call 833-ALPHA. That's Fred. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Michael Block, the Food Services Administrator at the Harbor Lights Mission in Detroit for the Salvation Army. And again, the phone number is 833-725-4673. You can do what Steve and I have done, and that's text the keyword bread to 24365 with your donation, your choice. And we thank you in advance for anything you can do to help. Steve, you and I will take a quick break. We'll be back. Right now, let's check traffic and weather first with Dana Clark.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Construction working until 5 a.m. on Monday morning has forced the closure of the 9-mile John R. and 8-mile Ram.
All right, look at that blanket, Frank.
Pretty cool.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, you see this ink stitch right there? Huh?
Oh, wow.
Yes, goes all around.
Very
the
nice.
All the way around.
So that's an anti-rip stitch? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. I forget what it's called.
Well, you said it's specific so that it doesn't tear or fray.
Right, exactly. So it doesn't fray.
I would have never known that there was a specific stitch for that. That's cool.
I didn't know it either.
All right, so we got some big things developing here. All right, so we do still have the match that's ongoing: the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and the Women's Auxiliary. I'm getting an update, but we are still within that $50,000 match. $50,000. So $100 becomes $200. So anything you can give is so appreciated. 833-SAL-HOPE. That's the number you can call, or you can text the word bread. BREAD. You know I'm no good at spelling, Frank, but I can spell the word bread. to 24365. 24365. So text bread to that number. All right. I'm waiting to get a number here for a match update. But we are there. Now, our next guest is actually standing by. And I want to make sure I get her title right. And it is Courtney Gillum. She's the president of the Salvation Army Echelon. She'll be coming up here in just a minute.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find that page in my book.
1248.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So again, folks, $50,000 match here until 1 o'clock. We got 10,000 left, Frank.
Okay.
10,000 left on the match. From the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary. $10,000 left on that match. To 1 o'clock, that's our deadline for the match.
Is it Gillum or Gilliam? Do we know?
I think it's Gillum. We can actually ask her. I'll bring her up here. Hi, Courtney. Good morning.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Is it Gillum or Gilliam? Frank wanted to know.
It's Gilliam.
Gilliam. All right. See, that's
Just
why
like-
you're the pro, Frank.
Hey, just like the old Dodgers infielder, Junior Gilliam.
All right. I'm going to let you guys go here.
With several types of cancer. If you or someone you know was exposed to AFFF and were diagnosed with any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic, lymphoma, leukemia, testicular, and neuroendocrine, then you should call us immediately because you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call us at 800-931-0987. Our experienced attorneys will fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless we get a recovery in your favor. Time is limited to file a claim, so call us now, 800-931-0987. Operators are standing by 24/7, so don't wait. 800-931-0987. That's 800-931-0987. Again, 800-931-0987.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Financial advisors. Remember when your job was fun? I'm Ron Kraszewski, CEO of Stifel. And at our firm, it still is fun. Here, you'll find the culture and values of the past, along with the technology and vision of the future. Stifel is a firm built by advisors for advisors, a place where you can better serve your clients and have some fun again in our business. Visit ChooseStifel.com to learn more about the investment firm you've been waiting for.
I'm Joe Gannon. Do you know the best washer and dryer made today? What comes from China or Korea? And what was manufactured in the good old USA? You're going to find out when I return this weekend.
Giving tips and advice on home appliances and helping consumers for 36 years. Joe Gannon is the appliance doctor on the Home and Appliance Show. Weekend morning 6 to 8 on News Talk 760 WJR. Presented by Thornton & Groom's Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and more.
Live from downtown Detroit, this is the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on 760 WJR. We need your help to continue to shelter over 130,000 Metro Detroiters every single year. Call 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673 to make your donation now. Once again, here's Frank.
We thank each and every one of you who have been able to help us out today with the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And, it's just amazing to think about how this all started with Dick Purton 34 years ago. starting to raise money for the needy in our community. And this community has always answered the call, Steve. It's been a marvelous thing to watch, but especially to be a part of, because you see these things, you hear about these things, but then when you're right in the midst of it, you actually get to help out yourself. You really truly get a flavor for how much it means to the community. And I wish everybody who is making those donations could personally witness how much their donation means to the people in Detroit who are most in need. I really do.
And more good news, Francis. We are very close to the match. What we want you to do is call the Bullseye Telecom phone bank, 833-SAL-HOPE. Text BREAD to 24365. You can go visit salmish.org. Thanks to Barbara from Livonia, who just donated $600. And because of the match, that turns into a $1,200 donation, thanks to the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and Women's Auxiliary. So
yeah, we're getting ever closer to
another match.
Yep. And that's our goal all day long, is to try to inspire our audience to help out as much as possible to meet these matching numbers from other very, very generous people in our community. And it just blows me away when you think about, go back in your years in this business, Steve, to when you just started and you heard about people like J.P. McCarthy raising money and Dick Purton raising money. But when you're a part of it and you really see what the donations do and you realize the impact it has on the community, I just can't describe how fulfilling it is. It really is wonderful.
Well, again, when you see family members, friends in need because of the pandemic or not, Frank, this becomes personal. And you realize that there are some folks that are going through a very difficult time. As we found out from various stories involving the Salvation Army, the good thing is folks sometimes go through problems temporarily because they're able to go to the Salvation Army and they straighten it out. And some wonderful people start making some very nice contributions to life and society.
Yep, you bet. And again, www.salmish.org. You can text the word bread to 24365 to make a donation, or call Sal Hope at 833, that's 833 Sal Hope, 833-725-4673. I understand that Courtney Gilliam's on the other end of our line as well, president of Salvation Army Echelon. And let's find out about Echelon and welcome Courtney into the Radiothon this morning. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm the current president of the Metro Detroit Echelon Board, which is the young professionals arm of the Salvation Army.
That's very
this is
Courtney.
This exactly, because this is what we hear so much, don't we, Steve? That the young people of today, they just don't get it. They don't understand. And you know what? The bottom line is they do, don't they, Courtney?
Yes, we do. We love the Bed and Bread Club. We volunteered making sandwiches at Harbor Light. So this cause is very near and dear to our hearts. And Echelon is an organization that supports Salvation Army's overall fundraising initiatives, programs, and plans events and networks. So last year, we raised over $15,000 for individuals financially impacted by COVID, the Booth Women and Family Shelter, and through the virtual Red Kettle campaign. So we love supporting the overall initiatives of the Salvation Army and fundraising for it. So we're really happy to be a part of this and appreciate having us on here today.
Courtney, as the president of Echelon, again, this particular group made up of dozens of young professionals. As the president, are you shocked by the young turnout? Because like Frank talked about, there is a stereotype of the younger generation not wanting to get involved and help. But you've got dozens of young people who want to keep the Salvation Army legacy alive.
I'm not surprised by it because I'm surrounded by very motivated people who love fundraising and love giving their time to this organization. So I guess it's pretty normal for me, but I hope we can change the opinion of others on the young people in the community. So
I think you're succeeding in that. We congratulate you, Courtney, and we thank you more than anything else for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. If anyone wants to join us, the website to look at is detroit.salvationarmyechelon.org. So we would love to have you.
Thanks,
Beautiful.
Courtney. All the best.
Thank you.
Take care, Courtney. And we're now over $700,000, Steve. $701,150. How about that on our clipboard? So
That's
cool.
just something.
You betcha. So thankful for all of you out in the WJR audience for your part in this, because without you, this doesn't happen. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Indeed.
All right. We've got the news coming up. Steve will be back. We've got an hour to go in our portion of the telethon this morning for the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after the news. First, though, we'll check traffic and weather with Dana Clark.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids and
All right, fellas. Very good. Well, that's a big jump. I think we were at $59,000 to start, or excuse me, $559,000 to start the hour. So that's a nice hour there, Frankie. Well done. Still trying to get word on if we met the match. I feel good about it. It sounded like we were close with about 9 minutes to go. So I'm trying to get word for you on that. All right.
Okay.
All right. There it is. You see it?
What was the match that time?
50,000. And it's been met.
Wow.
Nice job. Well done.
Nice job by the audience, man.
Well, sure. And there were a couple people right at the end, 4 minutes to go. Mary in West Bloomfield, $500 donation. That turned into 1,000.
Can you write
Alan,
that? Can you send that via message there, Chris?
Yep. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. And then shout out to Alan in Shelby Township, $240 right at the last minute. That turned into $480. So huge donations from some folks in our listening area. We appreciate that. Yeah, wow. It's a really nice hour. A lot of donations coming in. We appreciate you all. Yeah, Frank. So here's what I want you to do coming up, without giving away too much information to you. Jeff, and you just give me a thumbs up here because I know you're listening. How about we have Steve bring us back in from break, and then I'll just have him throw it right to Lieutenant Colonel. Does that work? Give me a thumbs up. All right, Frank's good with that. So, all right, good. All right, so we're going to have Steve intro coming back in. So, Frank, you just take a back seat here, and then we'll have Lieutenant Colonel. He's got something that he wants to say, so we'll let him do it here coming up.
Okay. So we've got Lieutenant Colonel John Turner, right?
Yep. So we're going to have Steve open up this segment, all right?
That's fine. When do you want me to open the box? Just give me a hint.
We'll wait on that for a second. They'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna leave.
WJR Detroit and WDVD HD2 Detroit. 760 WJR, where Detroit comes to talk.
Another weapon in the war against the coronavirus could come soon. The Food and Drug Administration will hold a meeting this afternoon to decide if they'll give Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine emergency approval. Fox's Tanya J. Powers reports.
The FDA's advisory committee is the last major hurdle for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to clear before the FDA makes a final decision on an authorization for emergency use. It's expected to get a thumbs up following the FDA's report released on Wednesday that said the one-shot vaccine was safe and effective and has been shown to be 85% effective in preventing the most severe disease. Johnson & Johnson has agreed to have 20 million doses available in the U.S. by the end of next month, with 100 million doses by June. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The city of Detroit has reported 23 Whole Foods employees have tested positive for COVID-19. According to the Chief Public Health Officer, Denise Fair, Detroit's health department was informed of the positive cases at the store on Mack near Woodward and offered rapid testing. Out of the 196 employees, 23% tested positive.
This weekend, both I-94 and I-75 will have portions closed for construction. I-75 will be shut down in both directions between 8 Mile and 696 for bridge demolition. I-94 will be closed between Connor and I-75 for another bridge demolition. The closure will start tonight at 7. Both freeways should be reopened Monday at 5 a.m. Tiger Woods was moved Thursday to another Los Angeles hospital after undergoing surgery to his badly damaged right leg after that horrific car crash. Harbor UCLA Medical Center says Woods was transferred to Cedars-Sinai for continued orthopedic care and recovery. Southfield police are investigating a deadly shooting in a shopping center parking lot near 9 Mile in Greenfield. 2 men were reportedly arguing. Police say they knew each other. A 27-year-old man from Taylor was shot and later died at a hospital. The suspect and the gunman from Oak Park and his accomplice from Detroit were taken into custody. It may have been a love triangle. The first full day of the Conservative Political Action Conference gets underway today in Florida, but many are still wondering about Sunday, when President Donald Trump is scheduled to speak. Fox's Eben Brown reports from Orlando.
The big question here at CPAC is, what will Donald Trump do? And nobody seems to want to venture a guess. Oklahoma Senator James Langford.
We don't have an incumbent president at this point, so there's a lot of conversation about what does this look like for 2024. Obviously, there are a lot of people very supportive of President Trump. He's still out speaking at this event, but there's several other folks here that are also presidential possibles in 2024, so that changes the dynamics.
One such name is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a longtime ally of the former president. He's the conference's opening speaker today. At CPAC in Orlando, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Lady Gaga is offering $500,000 to the person who has her 2 French bulldogs after her dog walker was shot and the dogs stolen. The dog walker, Ryan Fisher, a family friend, is recovering well. The dogs were taken during a walk near her Hollywood home. Her real name is Stephanie Germanata. The dogs' names are Koji and Gustavo. Lady Gaga is in Rome shooting a Ridley Scott film. The 34th annual Bed and Bread Radiothon, sponsored by the Ford Motor Company Fund, is well underway and runs till 7 o'clock tonight. The Bed and Bread Club serves 1.3 million meals and provides nearly 111,000 nights of shelter. You can donate $100 to feed 5 people for nearly a month. And if you donate $240, it provides 10 meals for a month, and you receive a limited edition Bed and Bread Club blanket for supporting the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Radiothon. Frank Beckmann and Steve Courtney continue until 2 o'clock. It's Mitch Albom and his gang from 2 to 4, and then Guy Gordon with Dick Purton and friends from 4 till 7. You can donate by texting BREAD to 44365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE, 833-725-4673. Ken Bergulski, WJR News. Back to Frank and Steve at the Radiothon in just a moment.
It's a new day, a day of winning big at Soaring Eagle, like $1 Million Mania, going on every Saturday through April. Each week, we're giving away $90,000 in premium play, with 5 lucky winners every half hour, starting at 4 p.m. So get in on the Mania, $1 Million Mania, only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. $120 feeds 10 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Once again, here's Frank.
And then I say, welcome back into the 34th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. My name is Steve Courtney. I have had, as always, the distinct pleasure of co-hosting this segment with my colleague, and more important than that, my friend, Francis Q. Beckmann. We begin this 1 o'clock hour with some great news. The $50,000 match that we had going on beginning at noon, compliments of the Salvation Army of Metro Detroit Advisory Board, was indeed met. Thank you all so very much for your generosity. There is more work to be done. All you need to do is call the Bullseye Telecom phone bank. That number, 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text bread to 24365 or simply visit salmish.org. This is going to be a very special hour. That's all I can say. What I'm going to do right now is hand things off to another longtime friend, Lieutenant Colonel John Turner, a divisional commander, the Salvation Army Eastern Michigan Division. Lieutenant Colonel, how are you? Nice to see you as always.
I'm doing great, and it's great to be on again with you, Steve, and Frank. It's always wonderful. Thanks for getting us to that $700,000 mark, and we still have a long way to go. We still need to raise about another $900,000, and to help us do that, we have a match that's being introduced for this hour from a doctor and a lawyer couple, and they want to remain anonymous, but they have this match because they have a growing concern about obesity and nutrition in our country, and they'd like to help educate both kids and adults on eating habits. So they're providing this match from 1 o'clock until 2 o'clock to express their concern that is even more heightened due to the pandemic. So, and also due to their support and their guidance, they've assisted the bed and bread trucks, which are now actually serving not just sandwiches 7 days a week that they've done in the past, but now there's 3 days a week that are hot, nutritious meals. I was there one day and they were doing a turkey dinner, like a Thanksgiving dinner that was going out on the truck. And then 3 days are the sandwiches. And then, of course, the one day is the hot dog day. So we thank them for that. Now, Frank, we're going to ask you to open that mystery box that's been at your house. Frank was got honored earlier today with our friend and supporter, the Lions great Herman Moore, calling to wish you a happy retirement. And Herman referred to the special present that's been sitting at your house, waiting for this moment.
Here we go.
Wow.
The box is
Steve.
deep.
Wow.
This is very, very special. I got to tell you.
Wow, bro.
Can you see that?
Oh, that is outstanding.
Frank, that's just our way of saying thank you. Thank you for helping us raise awareness and funding for the Bed and Bread Club during these last 11 years. That's about 1/3 of the time that we've been doing these radiothons. You've been involved in that, and we appreciate your support and friendship. And
Believe me, it's been my honor. And this compilation of pictures on this award from the Salvation Army, it's got some real favorites.
Are you up to reading that?
Oh, sure, I can read this. Here it is from the Salvation Army.
I didn't mean, are you able to?
Well played, Jim.
Sorry,
Thank
that
you.
sounded bad.
Thank you, Frank Beckmann, for using your voice to speak for those who are hungry and homeless. Your commitment to the Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon has made a difference in the lives of Detroit's most vulnerable. We wish you a long, healthy, and happy retirement. Thank you so very much, Colonel.
Wow. You know, Frank, there's one picture in there we want to draw your attention to.
Wow. Yeah, the one on the bottom in the middle, right?
Where they're shaving your head. Remember that year when you had your head shaved?
Oh, do I ever? Yeah.
Well, we have a video of that. We'd like to show that video real quick.
Come on.
Of you getting your head shaved. We're going to show it. Here we go.
Steve, have you ever seen this?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Wow, bro.
That is, I hope all of you are able to see this.
Yeah, for those of you who are just listening, there's a great video that we're showing right now of Frank getting his hair completely trimmed. How long ago was that, Frank?
Well, it's grown back. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's grown. Yeah.
Well, shortly after this, Frank, this is when you got the nickname Lex Luthor.
2015, I'm told.
Yeah, out of Somerset Mall, was it not?
What some guys will do for $1, huh, Steve?
Yeah, or to meet beautiful women like that. You know, one of the two.
Frank always taking one for the team. Bless you, Q.
Oh, that was a marvelous moment. And that picture is on here as well.
Wow.
It's just an absolutely beautiful keepsake, and I can't thank all of you enough.
Wow.
This has
Frank,
been my
wow. Can't thank you We can't thank you enough. You've been a role model for so many of us.
Yeah, thank you.
In the community, and spurred so many people to contribute. And that plaque just doesn't do it justice, but we thought it'd be something so you don't forget about us.
Well, I never forget about all of you. You know that. It's one visit to the Harbor Lights mission, and the Salvation Army is forever stamped on your heart. I promise you that. So anyone who has not been there, please make it a point of visiting sometime and seeing the work that they do, and then seeing if you can get out on one of the bed and bread trucks to go out in the community. It'll change your life. It really will.
So if anybody's out there is listening and loves Frank as much as we all do, call 1-833-SAL-HOPE, and he'd love to hear from you and know that you made a contribution in his name.
You betcha.
During this next hour during the match. But thank you very much, Frank, for everything that you've done for the Salvation Army, the community, and so many people who got a meal because of you.
Well, God bless you. Thank you. And it has been an absolute honor and a privilege to help out in any way that I could along the years here. So thank you very, very much. One more. Steve, I think you'd like to see that shot one more time of the hair coming off there in the bottom middle.
I know how handy you are, Frank. I'll come by and hang that for you.
Thanks so very much, my friend. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. It just means so much. When I opened that last night, my mouth dropped wide open. I was just blown away by it, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you for acknowledging that, and it's been my pleasure to help out throughout the years for the Salvation Army. You people are right at the top of the list of those who serve our community, and I thank you personally for all that you've done.
Well, thank you. And right now they can make a donation by calling 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673, or text BREAD to 24365. If the telephone lines are busy, keep trying.
You betcha. And we thank you all in advance for anything you can do to help out. It's the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And you see the phone room right now, Steve. Those phones, we want to keep them ringing.
Yeah, that's what the goal is here. Francis, we've got about 45 minutes left in our segment, and operators are standing by. Call the Bullseye Telecom phone bank at 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365 or visit salmish.org. Steve Courtney, Frank Beckmann here with you, and we appreciate your generosity once again. Right now, back to the traffic center we go.
Drivers will find some midday road work going on as forced the closure of the southbound Lodge exit ramp to Forest Avenue until about 3 o'clock. In the meantime, try exiting at West Grand Boulevard and Grand River as your main alternate. You'll find that the 8 Mile, John R., and 9 Mile ramps to I-75 northbound and southbound are currently closed until Monday morning for weekend construction in that area. So please do take note. Try the 7 Mile ramps as your main alternate. I'm Pete Spivak, WJI, Traffic and Weather First.
All right. Oh, well, your head must have been frigid that day.
No, it wasn't, because you saw who was cutting my hair.
There you go.
Hey, did I read the service food facts earlier?
Not
Bed
that
and bread trucks travel more than 180 miles every day.
No, you didn't read that yet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do that next.
So that's good. Also coming up next, again, we're in that $25,000 anonymous match, generous match from a couple, an anonymous couple. And then coming up at 1:18, our friend at the Ted Lindsay Foundation, Lou LaPaw.
Beautiful.
So that's coming up next. All right. And let me, I want to bump this number up for you here.
What was that? 25 grand you said from the couple?
It's an anonymous couple. Yep. Who put up a $25,000 anonymous match. So cool.
All right. And how far along are we on that, Chris?
We're just into it started at 1 o'clock. So we're 16 minutes in.
Okay.
So I'm going to reset this number here for you. And then if you look over on the right-hand side of your screen, Frank, of course, the Lindsay Foundation, always so gracious in donating some of Ted Lindsay's, autographed memorabilia and such. So they're doing it once again.
I got it.
So you can hit those as well.
Yep.
Cool.
Leases for 39 months, 10,000 miles a year with 1,000 down. Since 1966, we've been honored and privileged to serve you, and we hope to for years to come. That's Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at gowling.com.
Ready to give your smile everything it deserves this year? Start today at Aspen Dental's Everyday Smiles event. Call 1-800-ASPEN Dental and get the care you need no matter how long it's been. New patients, get your health goals on track with a comprehensive exam and full set of x-rays with no obligation. No insurance? No worries. It's free because nothing should stand in your way of a healthy smile. Plus, whether you're a new or returning patient, enjoy 20% off your treatment plan. Experience exceptional care with every service, from routine checkups to dentures. With unparalleled safety standards in place, it's the right time to make a fresh start at our Everyday Smiles event. Call 1-800-ASPEN Dental today or book your appointment at aspendental.com.
Exam and x-ray offer for new patients 21 plus with no insurance. Minimum $80 value. Additional fees may be included in individual cases. Procedure code 150 and 140. 20% off coupon not valid for previous or ongoing work. Orthodontia and specialist services excluded. Offer expires 12/31/2021.
Now, more than ever, local schools across Michigan critically need substitute teachers, teacher aides, and other support positions within their classrooms. These positions offer flexible hours and allow for a rewarding experience. EDU staff is seeking candidates for immediate employment within our partnering schools. Visit edustaff.org. That's edustaff.org to apply today. Support your community. Make a difference. Apply today at edustaff.org.
Ad paid for by OpenJar Concepts. Attention firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown that chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with several types of cancer. If you or someone you know was exposed to
how are we
AFFF,
doing these two items?
any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic.
So it says it'll go to the two highest bidders this hour for the until 2:00. The two highest bidders will get these.
All right.
And you, like I said, you can see the descriptions on the right.
Yeah, I got that. I just wanted to make sure I understood how we were giving them away.
24/7, so don't wait. 800-931-0987. That's 800-931-0987. Again, 800-931-0987.
Welcome back to the 34th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund. Call 833-SAL-HOPE now to make your donation, or visit salmish.org and be one of the people to keep Sal Army's bed and bread trucks traveling 180 miles every single day to serve meals to Metro Detroit's most depressed areas. Now, once again, here's Frank.
Thank you, one and all, for being a part of our Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, edition number 34 this year. And we are so thankful to have you with us. And your generosity is unmatched in all of radio and just anywhere in our community, quite frankly. This audience is always answering the call. We ask you to do that, and you do, because you hear the stories of the great needs in our community, and you answer that call. We've got some very special items I want to tell you about right now that are going to be available as incentives for higher bids until 2:00, when Steve and I call it a day. There is a donation from the Ted Lindsay Foundation. Now, you know, they do a great job of raising money to help out the cause that treats people with autism, but they have also raised money for other causes like the Salvation Army. And the Ted Lindsay Foundation, through Lula Paw, it's donated an autographed hockey puck by the production line. Gordie Howe, Sid Abel, Ted Lindsay. That was the production line, one of the most famous scoring lines in NHL history, maybe the most famous, quite frankly. And all three of them, Gordie and Sid and Ted, are, of course, members of the Hall of Fame. Now, last year, Steve, we had a donation. This item went for $1,100. So we've got that, and we've got another item as well. It's a framed autographed piece entitled The How. It's 34 by 24 inches. It's autographed by Gordie Howe and his two sons, Marty and Mark, who, of course, both also played in the NHL. The estimated value of this item is $450 to $500. And again, the two people who come up with the highest donations, the biggest donations between now and 2 o'clock, when we leave the air, Steve, are going to receive these two wonderful keepsakes. I just can't say enough in thanking the Ted Lindsay Foundation and Lou LaPaw for all of that. It's just marvelous.
As always, Lou comes through with some pretty darn good pieces there, Frank. And you know what? Yeah, the Red Wings are a little bit down right now, but Stevie Y, he's at the controls. He's going to get it fixed. Don't you worry about that. But you talk about that original production line with Misters Howe, Abel, and, of course, the great Ted Lindsay. It was a little bit before my time, but I have seen the film like everybody else, and it was something to watch. And to have that puck in your household would be a major get.
Well, exactly. And, the Ted Lindsay Foundation, it was established way back in 2001 now by Ted, the legendary Ted Lindsay, and John Zarnicki, the father of a 9-year-old boy with autism. And that foundation, the Ted Lindsay Foundation, raises funds through their annual celebrity golf outing. You've been at that, Steve. I've been at it. They've got children's events as well, a great wine tasting every spring. And they sell autographed sports memorabilia as well to raise money. The foundation has been supporting the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon for several years now, and is donating this hockey puck by the production line. Gordie Howe, Sid Abel, Ted Lindsay signing the puck, all members of the Hockey Hall of Fame, and it's going to go out to our top bidder.
No question about it. And we are joined now by the man of the hour, Mr. Lou LaPaw. Lou, how are you, my friend?
Hey guys, I'm great. Thank you very much. The good news is that Steve sounds so good as he looks on the radio, so that's a good plus. And
Thank you for noticing.
Be able to be here with Dr. Hall of Famer Frank Beckmann is always a treat for us, and to help out the Salvation Army.
Well, what you're doing, once again, opening your hearts and helping out a great cause like this, Lou, we can't thank you enough. The giving, well, you witnessed it with Ted, your father-in-law, and you know what a huge heart he had for the community, and it just comes naturally within the family, doesn't it, to continue that tradition and to help out wherever you can.
It does. When you saw Ted would go 7 days a week, 24/7 if he could, and he and Joanne always believed in the great cause that the Salvation Army has done in the community and continues to do, and we wanted to maintain and support that as much as we can.
Lou, I was able to participate in the golf outing last year, and one thing I noticed right off the get-go, the passion that everybody that participates has for this foundation, and that, my friend, is a great thing.
Well, thank you for that. And, kind of hits close to my heart as well. I mean, we have had such loyal supporters that allow us to do the things that we do in the autistic community, and as well as be able to help organizations like the Bed and Breakfast here at the Salvation Army. So we're truly blessed in that regard.
Well, you know what, Louis, we're blessed to live here among people who are so caring and so giving that they look at charitable causes like yours and like the Salvation Armies, and they say, you know what, they make a decision on it, and they decide that it's worth the investment of their money to help out the community through causes like the Ted Lindsay Foundation, the Bed and Bread Club for the Salvation Army, and you got to earn the respect of Detroiters. You've done that, the Salvation Army has done that, and I'm just blown away by the continued support of the community.
Well, as I say, we've been fortunate enough to raise over $5 million since this thing that Joanne and Ted started, along with John Zarnicki, as you mentioned. And we just want to continue that because there is obviously the needs out there even bigger today than it has been, as well as the Bed and Bread Club. The families that are out there that have been with this coronavirus. It's just had a major impact. And whatever little bit we can do, we'd like to continue.
And while we have Lou on the line, just a simple reminder, call the Bullseye Telecom phone bank at 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365 or visit salmish.org. And Lou, little business advice here, if I may. one of the byproducts of this pandemic is sports memorabilia has gone through the roof. It's unbelievable. So it's a win-win situation. You get this hockey puck autographed by the production line, or the autographed picture with Gordy and his two sons, Marty and Mark, and it's an investment. Again, something I like to call a win-win.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, people aren't going to find those pucks out there with the production line. All three guys signed those things, so they are very valuable and very limited out there, the numbers. And obviously with Gordie Howe and his greatness here in Detroit, those things are hard to come by, so it is an investment. And we're glad to be able to donate that, plus the $2,000 donation as well, cash to the Salvation Army.
Yeah, the only thing more rare than finding one of those autographed pucks is finding one of Steve Courtney's Titleist 2s in the woods on the right of the fairway. That's just kidding, Chumley, you know that. Hey, Louis, thank you for what you're doing. Best of luck to you at the Ted Lindsay Foundation. Thank you for what you continue to do there. And thank you for being a part of our Radiothon today on behalf of the Salvation Army.
We're glad to help,
Lou.
Frank and Steve. Take care.
God bless you. Lou LaPaul. He runs the Ted Lindsay Foundation. Wonderful people. They've been impacted too, Chumley. They were unable to have their wine tasting this year, for instance, and in the last year, I should say, because of COVID, and hopefully they can get things back to normal. I'm just thankful that we can do this Radiothon for the Salvation Army, and that the bed and bread truck can continue to sort of avoid the trouble and serve Detroiters during this unprecedented time. It's really a tribute to all the hardworking people there.
You betcha, Frank. Well said.
All right. We've got a lot more to come yet on our program today, and we will continue with our coverage of the Salvation Army's efforts to feed all the needy in Metro Detroit here on WJR. Stay tuned. Steve and I will be right back. Right now, let's check WJR's traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
The I-75 service drive is now closed down between 696 and 8 Mile for weekend construction going on until Monday morning. So that means the 9 Mile and John R. ramps to I-75 northbound and southbound are currently closed. You can still use the ramps to 8 Mile as a way around the entire problem. You'll find that there's midday construction working in the Clarkston area, affecting traffic on southbound Dixie Highway between Maybe Road and Andersonville Road. I'm Pete Spivak, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Got sunshine at about 40 degrees in today's forecast. Change will start coming in tonight as we get rain later, 32. Yes, that means there could be some snow in spots. Cloud sunshine around tomorrow as the rain's quickly gone, 47. And some showers tomorrow night into Sunday morning. Sunday's highs will be in the low 50s. From a Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
Another weapon soon in the war against the coronavirus. The Food and Drug Administration will hold a meeting today to decide if they'll give Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine emergency approval. The city of Detroit has reported that 23 Whole Foods employees tested positive for COVID-19. The city's health department was informed of the positive cases at the store on Mack near Woodward and offered rapid testing. Out of the 196 employees, 23 tested positive. Starting tonight at 7, portions of I-75 and I-94 will be closed for bridge demolition. 75 will be shut down in both directions between 8 Mile and 696, and I-94 will be shut down between Connor and I-75. Both freeways are scheduled to reopen Monday at 5 a.m. Taking a look at Wall Street this afternoon, stocks remain mixed. The Dow is down 193, but the S&P is up 18. The 34th annual Bed and Bread Radiothon, sponsored by the Ford Motor Company Fund, is well underway and runs till 7 tonight. You can donate $120 to feed 5 people for nearly 1 month. Call 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673. Ken Rogulski, WJR News. Back to the Radiothon after this.
Hey, Ken, our team partners tell me how great our listeners are and want to thank them for their business through these challenging times.
Having your own business can be very challenging.
Well, if you or someone you know owns a residential or commercial construction company and are looking to grow by reaching the best radio listeners in the world, visit theinsideoutsideguys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are here to help your business grow.
That's theinsideoutsideguys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys, brought to you in part by Kearns Brothers.
Hi, I'm Mike Kearns from Kearns Brothers. We always believed we could make a difference in the roofing industry. And if we have, we know it's because of you. Our clients, returning clients, because of people you referred us to. Whether it's roofs, siding, windows, you demanded the best for your home, and we've demanded the best from us. Find us at kearnsbrothers.com or visit our showroom in Dearborn or our new showroom in Plymouth. For 30 years, since 1986, that's just not a name on the side of the truck. That's my name. We're Kearns Brothers.
Wouldn't you like better water at home without going to the store? Then you need to contact the water professionals at Reynolds Water Conditioning. Michigan homeowners have trusted the water experts at Reynolds Water for over 80 years to provide clean, healthy water right from the tap. Breaking the bottled water habit saves money and is better for the environment. Learn about the newest water technologies. Get started now. Call 800-572-9575 or click reynoldswater.com. That's reynoldswater.com.
Before you make that final decision on a new car, truck, SUV, or minivan, come see what we can do for you during our President's Day event at Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi friends, Bill Golling here, and with nearly 3,000 new vehicles to choose from, I'm sure we have something that's just perfect for you. For example, qualified Chrysler employees can release a 2021 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for just $229 a month. Leases for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year with $1,000 down. That's Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at golling.com.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been watching sports and wanted to be betting on the game on my phone while the game's on. Well, guess what? You can. I can. We can. Because FanDuel Sportsbook is officially live in Michigan. And to celebrate, they're kicking off things in a big way. FanDuel is giving new users their first bet risk-free. That's right. You'll get up to $1,000 back in site credit if you don't win. Seriously. So not only can you bet on all your favorite teams, but you'll get up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet. That's just one of the reasons why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook app and my #1 sportsbook app too. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Be sure to sign up with promo code Paul W. One word, Paul W, so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Paul W.
21 and over and present in Michigan. First online real money wager only. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
We want to introduce you to the people that you're helping today. Some have chronic struggles, others are new to asking for help. But when we hit the streets to meet them, we found that all are grateful when they see that bed and bread truck rumble their way, and they appreciate your assistance.
How important is this truck to folks in this neighborhood?
Oh, it's very important. Salvation Army has done a lot, and I'm thankful and grateful that they're doing what they're doing, and it's from the heart, from individuals like yourself, and that's a blessing in itself.
What is there commonality to the folks who are out here? They're looking for help.
Yes. Some people really are looking for help, and some are not. It's harder for...
But they still got to get by.
They still have to get by. But they don't have... Yes. Many of them don't really have the will or the drive to make things, to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know? And it starts within themselves. You know, that's where it starts. And many people just have given up.
Yeah. If you, for folks like that, if you take this truck away, where would they be?
Wow. A lot of dumpsters. Dumpster diving for food. I think the crime rate will go through the roof. You know, this truck is a blessing. It really is.
They get desperate.
Yes, very. They would.
All right. There's, I don't know, you know Mr. Taylor up there?
No.
In the red shirt? He's the guy that's serving folks. He's quite a guy. Just didn't know if you've had a chance to meet him.
No, I haven't met him personally.
Can I have your name, please?
My name is Joseph King.
Joseph, thanks so much for talking.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I sure appreciate it.
Text BREAD to 24365. Visit salmish.org or call 833-SAL-HOPE and join the club that's here for good, the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club.
You've got the 2021 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on WJR. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more Frank Beckmann.
So proud to be with you on our Salvation Army Day, the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on WJR. 34 years running now, started by Dick Burton-Lowe those many years ago. Frank Beckmann here along with my friend and compatriot Steve Courtney, and it's been a pleasure being with Steve again today. And you think about it, Steve, that Detroit is the only community the Salvation Army uses or is able to use trucks to deliver meals into the inner city. The only city in America where that happens. And would you know it, we came up with the idea.
Well, you know what? Over the years, our great city has garnered some negative attention, and thank goodness those appear to be behind us. Certainly, there are still some issues, but we have come such a long way. And Frank, we've been talking throughout our shift here on the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon just how important our listeners are to the success of things that we do like this on a semi-regular basis. And again, we've never been disappointed. And something tells me before we hand the reins over to Mitch Album and Kenny and Kevin O'Neill and the rest of the boys in the band, we will not be disappointed again.
Well, our latest match, $13,000 to go. We're more than halfway there, and we've been, I'm proud to say, averaging about $1,000 a minute, Steve. So we've got enough time before 2:00 to get the job done and get that other $13,000 to meet the match. So everybody keep those numbers handy. They are 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text the word bread to 24365 or online visit them at salmish.org.
Also joining us, Francis, and we'll bring them back into our conversation from Ford, Jim Vella, as well as Lieutenant Colonel John Turner. And fellas, you have both been doing this for a while, and still year in and year out, the feeling of accomplishment just going through the few hours that we are throughout this day, it is second to none, realizing exactly how many people continue to be in need. Lieutenant Colonel, since you are so close to the situation, it's got to be amazing for you as well.
Well, it is. It's very rewarding to see this program go year after year after year. It's very rewarding knowing that 365 days a year, those trucks go out no matter what during the bad weather that we just experienced a couple of weeks ago, through the snow and all, those trucks go out every single day. And there are people out there right now who may have never given to the Bed and Bread Club before because you think your gift wasn't needed. Well, let me tell you, it is needed. It's needed now more than ever, because some of the most faithful partners to the Bed and Bread Radiothon can't give or had to suspend their monthly support due to the coronavirus. And so I'm asking you, would you consider standing in the gap? Would you consider giving, even if you've never given before? It's you can give at any level. The most popular level is the $240 level. And you get the blanket that Frank has been just showing and talking about. $255.
There it is again.
Actually get a blanket, and you can give a blanket out on the truck. So consider giving to 833-SAL-HOPE, 833-725-4673, or text BREAD to 24365. It's needed now more than ever because of this pandemic.
It just absolutely.
We've been going through our goals like a Ford Bronco, my friend.
Yes, we got to keep it moving, and I would echo what the Lieutenant Colonel just said. You know, the need in the 5 years that I've been involved directly with Radiothon, I would say the needs is greater now than it's ever been for all the reasons that we've talked about. So whatever people can do, and those that can afford and have been blessed, we ask them to share their blessings.
Indeed. And April Moss is joining us now from CBS 62's First Forecast Weather Team. She joined them, I think, in 2012 was the year I read. Is that right, April?
That's right. Yes, we're coming up on 9 years. Just in about 2 weeks of being blessed, fortunate to be with CBS. So
it goes fast, doesn't it?
Yes. So grateful to be a part of Salvation Army and the Bed and Bread Radiothon. We have just enjoyed being able to participate in the bell ringing every Christmas season. It's one of the things that I look forward to. And over the years, even being able to bring my children with me as I bell ring. So Salvation Army is near and dear to my heart. And I really try to live by the motto of we are blessed to be a blessing to others. So we try to do that in showing others our love through being able to give.
Well, for all the right reasons, April, we put you on the weather committee, and you delivered a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful next stretch here.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine, although I don't know if you've heard, we could get some freezing rain and even possibly snow tonight. So we are going to, we're certainly still in February. And of course, here in Michigan, we can still get snow even in March. Although I will say I'm rooting for the sunshine, and we are going to see warmer temperatures even by the end of the weekend and into next week. So that's all good news.
Well done.
You betcha. Good job.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Do you just wave your finger at them and have the weather change for you like that? Get us some warm weather. If only it was that simple, But that's a great thing. All of you who are in your business of forecasting the weather for us, you get the blame for what the weather is. You never get the thanks for the good weather, but you get the blame for all the bad stuff.
It's true. I don't take credit for any of it, because that's just it, is that when we have the bad weather, we get blamed for it. But, if it was up to me, we'd be 75 and sunny every day of the year except for Christmas week, and then we could have some snow.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, April, you get a lot of credit for helping out in causes like this, and you know how important the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club is to Detroiters.
Absolutely. And, now it's so easy to give. And I'm just amazed at how much Salvation Army has been able to do for the community that is in the most need. So whether it's sending a quick text to 24365, texting bread, we couldn't have made it more easy to be able to give this year. So even though everything's virtual, and I know in years past it's been really fun to see everyone live in person, but this is a phenomenally quick way to be able to give.
Well, thank you for your part in it. We just can't say enough about everybody in the community who joins in. They could easily say, hey, that's a JR thing over there they're doing, but you don't. You help out in every way you can in the community. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
You're welcome. You guys have a blessed day. Take care, and looking forward to seeing all of those matches being met today.
You betcha. April Moss from CBS 62's First Forecast Weather Team. And along with Steve Courtney, I'm Frank Beckmann. We're so happy to have you with us. April, thank you for helping out as well. That's the part about this community, Steve. There's no such thing as somebody who just does it on their own. Everybody needs help, and everybody's willing to help in our business. And it's one of the things that's made me proud of what we do at JR all these years.
Well, and here's the deal. As we've been saying, nothing is too large, nothing is too small. The important thing is you're getting involved and helping so many people who are in need. The Bullseye Telecom phone bank available at 833-SAL-HOPE. You can text BREAD to 24365 or visit salmish.org. And just been informed there, Francis, that your match will be doubled through 2 o'clock thanks to a $25,000 anonymous match.
How about that? Wow. That's just absolutely wonderful. Whoever that anonymous donor is, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue In just a moment or two, give us a chance to take care of some business, check traffic and weather as well, and then Steve and I will be back to wrap up our segment of the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, version number 34.
Wow.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
The I-75 service drive is now closed down between 696 and 8 Mile for weekend construction going on until Monday morning. So that means the 9 Mile and John R. ramps to I-75 northbound and southbound are currently closed. You can still use the ramps to 8 Mile as a way around the entire problem. You'll find that there's midday construction working in the Clarkston area, affecting traffic on southbound Dixie Highway between Mabee Road and Andersonville Road. I'm Pete Spivak, WJR, traffic and weather first.
Continue to crank out the sunshine on this Friday, up to about 40 degrees. Heading through tonight, some rain and snow later, down near 32. And that rain and snow will end early tomorrow morning. Clouds and sunshine after that, 47, and some morning rain showers on Sunday that roll in actually Saturday night. Highs will be mild in the low 50s in the afternoon. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick on News Talk 760 WJR.
Wow.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
My husband and I started a business together, and I had no idea where to start when it came to payroll. And a friend of mine recommended Patriot, and I have not looked back since. It was extremely user-friendly. I was actually able to understand it and run everything extremely well. And anytime I've had a question, they have been so quick to answer and help me. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a payroll software that is easy to use, user-friendly, and really offers everything that you need when it comes to something that's beneficial for your business.
Visit us at PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Paid for by Lose Debts. Attention, this is a very important message to anyone with debt exceeding $10,000. With the worldwide stock markets free-falling, coronavirus being labeled a global pandemic, cities and whole countries in quarantine, and layoffs picking up speed, the last thing you need to worry about is your credit card bills. Due to the recent global events, a special debt relief helpline has been created for anyone with over $10,000 in debt, but you must call us at 800-805-7728. As banks shore up capital bracing for a recession, they are willing to settle your debt for a fraction of what you owe, making it a perfect time to eliminate your debt and save your money during these tough economic times. There are no upfront fees, and we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. But you must call us at 800-805-7728. This opportunity won't last long, so call us today at 800-805-7728. You have enough to worry about. Settle your debt and remove that unneeded stress. 800-805-7728. That's 800-805-7728.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Financial advisors, remember when your job was fun? I'm Ron Kraszewski, CEO of Stifel, and at our firm, it still is fun. Here, you'll find the culture and values of the past, along with the technology and vision of the future. Stifel's a firm built by advisors for advisors, a place where you can better serve your clients and have some fun again in our business. Visit choosestiefel.com to learn more about the investment firm you've been waiting for.
This is the 34th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon, presented by Ford Motor Company Fund on News Talk 760 WJR. With 3 ways to donate now. Visit salmish.org, text BREAD to 24365, or call 833-SAL-HOPE and help keep the bed and bread trucks rolling. Now, with more, here's Frank Beckmann.
Great to have you with us. Thank you for all of your help in raising money for a great cause, the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread Club. And the Radiothon goes on until tonight at 7 o'clock. It's going to be an interesting time as we continue to try to meet the levels of giving that we've seen established in years past. And right now, your donation is going to be doubled because of a $25,000 donation that has been made anonymously by one of our listeners. We've also got some very generous donations that I want to tell you about for the Bullseye Telecom call center that's taking your calls. Francis in Livonia, $240. Barb in Grosse Pointe Woods, $240. There's something about that figure that turns out that is the most used figure that is cited by people when they make donations, $240. And when they make that donation, they will also be able to claim one of these very, very special brand new Bed and Bread Club Radiothon blankets. And Steve, you've been talking about the stitch work on the edge for a long time. I'll let you get into the details of that later.
It's some sort of stitch whip thing, but you know what? All I know is they're very, very comfortable. And, we still have some cold weather to go, believe it or not. Let's check in once again with our friend from Ford Motor Company, Jim Vella, as well as Lieutenant Colonel John Turner. And fellows, as our shift begins to wind down, let me just say, always a pleasure to be with you fine fellas and just be a part of the special work that is going on at the Salvation Army.
Jim, you know what I'd like to know? I'd like you to take us back in time a little bit to when Ford began its involvement with the Salvation Army, because you get asked to get involved in a lot of charitable causes, and Ford does. And through the years, you got to make decisions on which ones you support the most, of course. What made the Salvation Army so very, very special in Ford's mind?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is the history. They've been, they're one of the longest standing service providers really in the country and the world, and their mission very much and their values very much aligned with the Ford Motor Company mission. And the other thing is, for a company like Ford, not a lot of people recognize this, but the Salvation Army serves every zip code in America. And if you look at their footprint around the world, we did work with the Salvation Army, not only here in the U.S., but in Puerto Rico, for example, when the hurricane hit there, Maria, we went, and the first partner was Salvation Army. We just recently distributed masks to people in Phoenix, Arizona, and our partner, Salvation Army. We worked with them in California during the brush fires. Who's there? Salvation Army. When you have a great partner, you want to keep them close, and you want to work with them. And it's been a partnership, not a sponsorship. It really has been a true partnership, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And so,
you know what, Lieutenant Colonel John Turner, as I listen to Jim Vella tell that story, I think, well, that's exactly what the Salvation Army does. It helps in the community, but it's also been in Ford's DNA for so long to help in the community as well. And I don't think that should go unnoticed by anyone today.
Well, as Jim said, when there's a disaster, when there's a need in a community, the Salvation Army doesn't have to go there. We're already there in the communities. So, and that's what I really like about it as well. I grew up in the Salvation Army Church and felt the call to ministry. But I've seen so much more as a Salvation Army officer is to all the work that the Salvation Army does that I didn't realize when I was back in St. Louis, Missouri, just concerned about the little congregation that I was involved in. And so it really is something that I feel proud about giving my life service to.
So let me take you back.
Certainly not least, Bullseye Telecom is the official call center sponsor for the 34th annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. The company has generously donated phones and the telecommunication services to the Radiothon for the past 3 years. With that being said, we are happy to have with us Alethea Niner. Alethea is the Executive Resolution Specialist with Bullseye Telecom. Alethea, how are you today?
We've lost connection with Alethea for a moment, yes. But Alethea, we just want to thank you at Bullseye for all that you're doing today. What a great help it is to have an organization like yours, a company like yours, that resolves some of the issues that we face in trying to tie people in with their donations to a great cause like the Salvation Army. And you're able to cut through all the red tape for us with making the phone lines available, the phone banks available. We thank you so very much.
It is truly our pleasure. It's a part of our program that we do, helping out a lot of our local community charities. It's Bullseye Cares, and we're happy to provide the services.
Beautiful. And we're so happy to have you here. You know the need, of course, and we can't thank you enough. We've got so many great partners in this community who look to help at times like this. And I just can't say enough. Lieutenant Colonel John Turner, we thank you once again for letting us be a part of it. I really mean this. It's one of the most satisfying things I've ever done in my career, my long years at WJR, is to be a part of this Radiothon since we came aboard. And I thank you for the opportunity to help out. I really do.
Well, Frank, thank you for all that you've done these 11 years that you've been a part of it. We just wish you a happy retirement, happy, healthy, and long, blessed retirement.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. And Jim Vella, thank you as well, my friend. Thanks for all you do in the community.
Take care. God bless you, my friend. We'll see you soon.
All righty. I hope so. Thank you. Steve Courtney, always a pleasure working with you, pal. We'll be out looking for each other's Titleist golf balls before you know it.
Before you know it, Francis, always a pleasure sharing a mic with you, my friend. And we will do so again before that very special retirement day comes along.
Look forward to it, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. Be well. And everybody, thank you for being a part of our telethon today. Once again, that phone number, 833-725-4673, or text the word bread to 24365. Thank you all for being a part of our Salvation Army Radiothon today.
Thank you.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice.
Okay.
We do okay?
Well done.
Cool. I hope everybody was happy. It was fun to do. Chumley, great time, buddy. Well done. Jim, thank you as always, my friend. And John Turner, thank you as well, pal. Good luck. Keep up the work and let us know what we can do.
All right. Well done. Thank you, guys. Well
Thank
done.
you, Chris. Great work today, man.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll talk to you.
This is a difficult job to do, and you handle it extremely well. Thank you.
We did a nice job. You raised a lot of money, Frank. Well done.
That was the object, right?
Yep, sure was. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. All right,
John,
guys.
thank you for the gift too. I just can't thank you enough. It means so much. What great memories from all those pictures on there. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know that he can hear us. Either way. All right. Thank you, Frank. Well done. Oh, your final total for your time. We got up to $801,178.
Is that okay?
So that was great. Tremendous work.
Okay.
Well done. All right, Frankie. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thanks everybody for all your donations. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
The fun continues with Mitch Album. They'll raise some more money. All right. Thank you guys.